Hey guys, what's up? My name is Pixel Perfect. And I want to let you guys know that I am going to be releasing a new EP very soon. I'm not quite sure when with all this Corona crap going on, but as you can hear, I am putting my finishing touches on it. This is just one of the songs that will be on the EP. I started doing this around 2012 and really picked up on it in 2015, and for the last few years just been really building on it. But I want to let you guys know, if you don't already know, that the Party Up Podcast, my good friends at the Party Up Podcast, are doing their 100th episode for the Party Up Podcast, which is a milestone. It's fantastic. I'm so happy for them, and I want to thank them for allowing me to be part of their family. If you guys don't listen, go listen. And for all the listeners who plan on listening, do it. And I want to thank all the people that have been listening. You guys really make a difference. But anyway, stay tuned for my new album. Stay tuned for Party Up Podcast's 100th episode, and I hope you guys enjoy.
Transmission. Oh.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you so much for tuning into the 100th episode of the Party Up Podcast. And as you can hear and now see, we are all together. I'm, of course, your host, Big Mosh. We have Juan with us, an original OG host. We have Katie with us, also part of seasons, I believe, 2 and 3. And, of course, the beautifully bearded Mr. John Donadio, and the also magnificently groomed Jordan from 7 TV. What's going on, everybody?
What's up?
Oh, my God. Oh, man. I want to tell you something right now. That was the most stressful 2 minutes of my life, because this is the first time we're ever producing something like this. So, there is so much fucking work going into this episode, and I hope it comes out as good as I expect it to. We're already to a great start. Yeah, I don't even know where to begin, guys. Like, I'm so excited. Like, 100 episodes. Like
100 episodes is crazy. I remember telling you one of the other episodes before this that it took The Simpsons 5 seasons to get to 100 episodes.
Right.
So we're already better.
We're better than The Simpsons.
We made it.
Yeah.
Take that, grown egg.
Yeah. It is beyond exciting to be sitting here with you guys and doing something like this, because honestly, like, so as the listeners may have known from the past, like, I was using a rinky-dink laptop for like a few years, and you know, it was getting the job done as far as podcast production and content creating to that extent. And you know, Juan and Katie can attest. There have been a few times where, you know, even John too is like, shit didn't go well, and audio got lost, and problems happened, and we'd have to take.
I forgot to hit record.
Yeah. I forgot to hit record. Oh, shit, am I recording? Okay, no, I'm good.
Yeah.
We're good.
An hour and a half into the show? Yeah.
Yeah. You know, all the growing pains of putting a show together. And very recently, as anyone may have seen through our social media, we upgraded. And I said, you know what? We're doing 100th episode, and we're gonna do this big time. We're gonna go audio, video,
big
get
time.
Everything together. Yeah,
big time.
Yeah, we've reached the mountaintop. This is the peak of the show. Everything from this point on is just going down. Like it's pretty much it. So that's what you can expect.
God.
Yeah.
All right.
Gratitude.
Welcome to the 100th and last episode of Party Up Podcast.
Be grateful.
Listen, I'm telling you,
ones.
I'm so
Yeah, right.
happy that like we managed to like get this far. Like, there have been a couple of times, everybody here that's hosted knows that I've expressed like, oh, I don't know, like what's going on with the show. Like, I don't know if I want to keep doing it, but I've come to realize that I've been very lucky to have these people on my team doing this show, because if it wasn't honestly for you guys like being like we really like doing the show, we want to keep going, then I wouldn't have kept going with the show, because there's a lot of work, there's a lot of shit that goes into doing this stuff.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
sometimes it just gets the better of you, but you guys have been true motivation, and I want to thank you guys for all the time that you've helped mold and create what is the Party Up podcast. Honestly, without you guys, I wouldn't even be bothering being here. And of course, a big thank you has to go out to all the listeners too. I mean,
Yeah.
as of today, we're over 1,600 listens.
Fantastic.
Every episode gets a lot of love from everybody. Our social media does well, and we're small time, honestly. Like, we're, compared to other shows and other things that are being created on the internet, we're very small time. So the fact that anybody gives us any attention, like, it really fucking means the world to
Yeah.
each one of us, and
And-
we want to
and
thank you guys for that.
Preparing for this episode really showed us how involved our fans really are. Like, because we asked you guys for questions and
Yes.
stuff like that, and you guys
Yeah.
answered. You guys really came through and gave us some stuff, and so thank you for being a part of this. Part of a dream for some of us. Like, we love being here, and like just getting here, especially like. I love that Juan and Katie are back just for this, especially
Absolutely,
because
yeah.
it's like it shows that time progression, and like, we missed you guys. Like, I'm so
Yeah.
glad you're here.
Well,
Not be on the 100th episode.
Yeah.
I
Come
knew
on.
it was gonna happen.
The
I knew
100th episode.
I knew the
Like
joke
that.
was gonna be there. Yeah, but
Yeah.
listen, we've continued on doing the show, and again, without you guys, everybody that's here, we wouldn't have gotten to this point, and a lot has changed since you guys have actually been off the show. I do want to take a second and congratulate Juan on being a new dad. Bravo! Congratulations, sir. How is it?
I mean, we know you didn't have to do anything, but that was.
Right. It was all the girls. But how is it being a new dad, man?
It's a lot of different things. Like, I know you have 2 kids of your own.
Right.
But it's crazy. Like, she's about to be 3 months old now.
Oh my god.
So, like,
she's so tiny.
the sleepless nights. I mean, we were taking turns taking care of her. So she would take care of her during the day. I would take care of her at night, especially in the beginning. Luckily, I have like my gaming setup and stuff like that. So I would set her up next to me in the swing, and she would just sleep there. And I gamed, and then I would, do whatever in between.
Listen, I did the
Have
same
to hop
thing.
off in the middle of a game and be like,
Guys, I got a code brown. I gotta go.
Code Brown.
but like, no, everything's been great. Like, it's when people say it's like a surreal feeling being a father, it really is.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well,
like-
congrats.
Yeah,
never ready for it,
congratulations,
but-
man.
You do your best. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
And Katie, what about you? What have you been up to since you've gone and fled the nest of Party Up podcast?
God, so much has happened in life. It's just like you don't realize how fast it moves.
Yeah.
It's just when I think about it, it makes my head hurt. But I've just been progressing with a lot of like my professional life and things like that. Like, I am more of an artistic person, so I've been really delving into more of the food art, cake decorating that I've been working on,
Nice.
and the modeling that I've been working on as well. And those
Right.
have grown equally as great, and it makes
That's
me
awesome.
so happy and so excited for COVID to be over.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Actually,
Boy.
I was gonna ask for like, especially for like the modeling and stuff. Like, how has COVID like affected you with all that?
So, funny thing enough is it's like the entire industry has tried to learn how to adapt via social media. People have done FaceTime shoots, things like that. But surprisingly enough, I've gotten a uncomfortable number of, hey, can you make it to this shoot in New York City? Can you make it to this shoot in Manhattan, in Brooklyn, and this and that? And I'm like, you understand that there's a virus, and New York City is the epicenter right now, right? Like,
Yeah,
do you
like
get that? And me being high risk, I'm like, I'm putting it on pause until 2020.
yeah, no, that's good. Imagine being out there like this fancy dress with the mask on, you know, like.
No.
Well, I mean, listen, that's a new accessory now. That's doing the mask now. You got to match the outfit. So.
Yeah, have you seen some of like the high fashion bedazzled ones? Like they're pretty sick.
Yeah, some
they
of
don't
them are
do
cool.
anything.
I just found one now that's an All Might smile, so you just have that big
There it
anime
is.
All Might smile, you know.
Yeah.
I'm here.
I was telling you how I found the Skeletor one. It's Skeletor's mouth and it says "meow" right on the front. So yeah.
Next time, He-Man.
Oh man, that's crazy. But listen, Katie, glad that you're doing well. Glad that you're still excelling in everything that you're doing. I'm happy to know that the people I know and care about are doing well out there. It's been a crazy, crazy time. We've expressed it multiple times on the show that, you know, try to do what you can to keep moving forward, stay strong, stay safe out there. It's crazy doesn't even begin to describe 2020.
Oh, for real.
So again, even for us here, like for this to be the point where we're at with all the madness happening in the world and all the changes happening in all of our personal lives, you know, I'm stoked. I'm very excited to keep moving forward and hopefully the second half of the fucking year treats us a little better, but who fucking knows what's going to happen tomorrow. But we are here today, and we're excited to be here. Like John said, we had requested a bunch of listeners and friends to bring forth a slew of questions for us here at the podcast. We figure that with the 100th episode being here, you know, what better way to present the show than with kind of a more of an insight of who all of us are and our opinions on certain things. You know, we cover gaming, anime, movies, pop culture, all types of stuff. And we got questions like those. And we also got a couple of interesting ones that we're going to touch on. So, you know what? Let's just get into it, man. Let's just get right into it.
Sure.
With everything. So, as you guys can see, I went ahead and did my best to make this as professional as possible. And yeah, it took some time. I do want to go ahead and say thank you to Jordan, because he suffered probably the most out of the three of us, because he would jump on and he would just be like, all right, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and help you figure this out, and he would literally just be on screen with me just listening to music while I was dabbling around, be like, Jordan, can you see this? Jordan, can you hear that? Jordan, can you see this? And he's like, no, man, you're doing good, or no, you're not doing too good. And so thank you, Jordan. You've been the newest recruit to the show, so I've had to put you through some trials. So
sincerely, like, it's perfectly fine. Derek really has powered through. He's been working hard as shit on this episode for upwards of at least 3 weeks now. So
yeah, it wouldn't be an episode if I didn't take the opportunity to pat myself on my large back. So so
working hard. That's how I know you're lying.
Yeah.
No, Derek's been doing a lot for this. Jordan and I have done literally nothing but put stuff out on put stuff on like online for like to get shit. Like that's
you guys have been a huge help. Trust me. Like
no.
I feel bad because you guys have been almost like I guess for lack of a better term, like I didn't want you guys to feel like my secretaries, but I would be like, John, can you do this for me? Jordan, can you do this for me?
No.
Who's gonna be on? Like just trying to figure it all out, man.
As far as this whole thing is, we are a team. We are a podcast together, and so when something is needed, if I'm around, I'm gonna help. Same with Jordan, you know, like, right. And even back in the day, so would Juan and Katie, you know, like if something needed to be done, like we were there because it's a team. So this is a team that I'm proud of. I'm proud to be a part of, and I'm excited to do this this whole thing. We lost Katie.
Oh, no, there she is.
Oh my gosh!
It's going to happen. Listen, it's going to happen. We're going to have ups and downs on the show. It's the first time we're doing something like this, so... You know,
the audience is just going to have to deal with it.
Yeah, deal with it. Yeah, I mean, listen, like Juan said earlier, what would the show be without a couple of, you know, fuck-ups here or there, you know? It is what it is. But let's get into it. So I decided to go ahead and put together these fun little slides for everybody to enhance the experience of questioning. So, as you guys can see, our first question is coming from our very good friend Chris off of Twitter. Chris has been a day one guy for us at the podcast, so I felt it fitting that he'd be the first question that we answer today. And he has submitted for us to start off our Q&A. What was the very first game you've played? And what game made you an actual gamer? So, for example, he says that his first game was Pac-Man, but Soul Reaver really made him a gamer. So, Katie, as far as video games goes, you know, I'm going to go ahead and play the ladies' first card here with the Q&A. What was your first game, and what game actually made you a gamer?
So when I think back to the first game that I remember my stepfather bringing home the N64, and he'd like put it right on like in my bedroom. And I remember my brother being pissed off because he's like, "It's not a bedroom, it's for boys." And I was like, "No, no, 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 no. I'm older. Shut the fuck up." It was on my dresser, and I remember the first game I ever played was Duck Hunt, and I remember playing that for hours and hours and hours and hours. And I would just sit there and I'd get so frustrated. But I remember like the adrenaline that I would feel, and it made me feel just like so fulfilled. And as I think through all of the games that I've played in my life, I can't pinpoint a specific one because games have always been there, and I've always played games as I've grown older. You know, they've evolved, whether it's been like my Game Boy Advance if I'm playing Pokemon, or if I'm playing the Hobbit game, or, you know, Ocarina of Time, and then my Nintendo DS, and then my Nintendo DS Lite, and then the PlayStation, and like it's just every new console of things that I got, I just kept playing and grabbing new games and grabbing new games. So I can't give you a direct answer on what the game was that made me a gamer, 'cause they've always been there. They've always been there in my life.
No, I feel that.
Yeah, it's hard to pinpoint. It's hard to pinpoint. John, I think you are technically the oldest.
That is true. Yeah.
So how far?
Although I look the youngest. As the oldest here. So I think my very first game was probably also Pac-Man and like the original Super Mario Brothers.
Right.
Not just Super Mario Brothers, but like Mario Brothers, the one with the where you were like in the sewers and shit and trying to like pick out the crabs and and the turtles and stuff. But then I remember Dad brought home the regular NES. And we always had Atari in the house, and he would like play games or whatever, and as a little kid I would watch. But the first game I ever played I think was just Mario Brothers, Super Mario Brothers. I think the game that really made me a gamer, though, didn't come that much later, and was Legend of Zelda. 1985 or 1986. I was like 5 years old at that point, or 4 or 5 years old. And Dad would play it, and he said, "You're not allowed to play this game until I finish it." And so every night he would come home, from work or whatever, and I'd be like, "Dad, you're gonna play Legend of Zelda?" And I would beg him to play so that I could finally play my, through my first time or whatever. And so he finished it, and now before player's guides was a thing, and I know a lot of you guys know what player's guides are. Yeah. Before that was a thing, my dad kept various notes on the games he played, right? So much so is that I had maps for all the dungeons going in. That's because crazy. My dad meticulously made maps on like graph paper, right? Like a lunatic.
Dad.
Yeah, he was ridiculous. I loved it. So I had all of the castle like outlines before I even got, but Legend of Zelda was really the game that made me a gamer, I think. Like, nice. Even that young, like I knew like this was this was everything I wanted, and I knew it was only going to get better, and I was excited to see where it was going to go. And obviously there were a lot of disappointments, but there were also a lot of exciting moments in gaming. And then I knew it was what I wanted to do for a living when I finally joined, Gaming Access Weekly.
Right.
But yeah, like I think that's how it goes for me.
That's good, man. Yeah, that's good. I mean, listen, as far as I'm concerned, I was kicking it with the old school gray brick Game Boy, and the first game I think that I ever actually played was Tetris. Oddly enough.
Oh yeah.
Tetris. But then there was a Super Mario Brothers that was on Game Boy. I think it was Super Mario Land. Yes, Super Mario Land. That was the game where I was like, I need to fucking play all the time, and I need to beat this. So that I would say a combo between those two were the first games that got me to start playing video games. But I mean, as far as something that actually made me a gamer. Oh man,
That's a difficult question. That's a really good one.
It is because it's so it's hard to narrow it down to a single title when gaming is so there's such a large amount that contributes to you being a gamer. I want to say though the acquisition of the Super Nintendo. When I got the Super Nintendo in my hands, I think that was it for me. That was, I'm in it, I'm a gamer. Every title I played on the Super Nintendo was a fucking classic.
The Super Nintendo was the best system.
Yeah, the Super Nintendo was listen, like I said, I started off with the gray brick Game Boy, old school. Then I played a little NES and everything like that. I played Turtles on NES and things like that. But when I got that Super Nintendo, man, that's really when shit just fucking launched for me. I was just that's it. This is what I love to do. And to this day, man, I wish you see online you're oh, if you could go back and tell yourself 3 words that to give yourself some type of advantage and from the past, it would be invest in gaming. Because the collection of Super Nintendo that I had was bananas. I had 2 bins full of Super Nintendo games. So I want to say, as far as what really hooked me in as far as being a gamer is anything Super Nintendo, anything at all. Zelda, Super Metroid, all Mario, it was all so fucking good, man. Kirby, so. Definitely good stuff for me.
I might be a little too old for this, but did any of you have the Super Scope, the Super Nintendo Super Scope? It was like the Nintendo gun, but it was like a giant bullshit thing.
I'm baby.
Yeah, you are baby.
No, I unfortunately didn't have all the accessories. It was a tough time getting the games back then.
Yeah, it's true.
So you know what I'm saying. So the accessories I had to kind of sacrifice. But either way, it was still good. What about you, Juan? What do you consider yourself as far as your origins in gaming?
So as far back as I can remember, because I was born and raised in Colombia. So we grew up not very fortunate, I guess, for lack of a better word.
Right.
And I think the first game I ever played was definitely an arcade game that was set up at the corner deli that we used to just feed quarters into. And it was a soccer game.
Get out of here. Yeah, right?
And it's definitely the first game I ever played, but I think I played all throughout the years. The first consoles I ever owned was I owned a ColecoVision and a Sega Genesis.
Damn.
Oh shit! Nice.
But I think the game that fully made me a gamer. I always gamed, I always loved games, but the game that made me a gamer and that to this day I still love and will buy any amount of times that it will be reiterated is Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah,
very nice.
Huge one.
Huge
that's probably
title.
one. I've put thousands of hours into video games. It is new, old, but I think collectively that game 4K, 5K plus.
Wow.
Just replaying it over and over.
Over and over. That's awesome, dude.
On my phone I have it. I just bought the remake.
Yeah.
Everything.
Major title,
But
man.
you know, yeah, no,
Definitely.
gaming's just been a big part of my life, my whole life. You know,
Right.
Yeah.
and
I feel ya.
it's not going anywhere. I'm hoping to teach my daughter and see if
Hell
she picks
yeah.
up. You know,
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
keep the legacy going.
That's right.
Definitely, man. All right, let's wrap up this question. Jordan, what was the first game you ever played, and what actually made you a gamer, man?
So similarly to you, the gray brick Game Boy. My parents had all this, like everything, but I was never allowed to touch any of them until a certain age.
Right.
Right. Okay.
So I was like,
Makes
okay,
sense.
cool. So the gray brick Game Boy was like the first where I started. You know, it was like Tetris, and then, but I was very limited in how much I was allowed to play it because again, my parents very stingy. So my parents bought me for one of my birthdays my first Game Boy Color. That was the
Yes.
special. It was the special edition, like the gold and silver one with
Ooh.
Pikachu on
Okay.
it,
Yeah.
and his cheek was the power light. Like,
Oh,
dope.
that's cool.
and
Nice.
I loved it more than anything in the universe. And I played so much Super
Oh.
Mario and so much Pokemon on it all the time.
That's awesome.
And it really is what got me into. It was like that was like the origin of it, but. What I can consider the game that really has made me a gamer did not come until later on. Devil May Cry.
Okay.
All right.
Just the whole series in general. Similarly, how Juan said, you know, thousands of hours into games, but this specific game, I wish the PS2, I don't know if it did, had a timer as far as like hours played.
Hours played.
Maybe it did. I don't know. To this day, I would still love to know how much Devil May Cry I played. That game made me so. I was like a very edgy teen, so that game was like it was like guitars and swords and demons, and I was like, this is the greatest fucking thing in the universe. I loved it.
That's awesome.
That's awesome, man. Yeah. Man, the origins in gaming, dude. Like, you think back to everything that we just talked about, and so many memories when it comes to gaming and being a gamer. Like, I've always attributed gaming to almost like the world of music. Like, when you hear that one song, like that one memory is attached to it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Gaming is definitely hand in hand with that.
And I feel like everyone has like so many gaming memories, especially those couch co-op days. You know, like but even just like playing online with your friends now. Like, I still make memories. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like no matter whether I play games with Katie or I play Star Wars with Derek or whether I play, you know, with my boys or whatever. Like, doesn't matter what I'm playing. I'm always still making new memories. Like, that's why video games are literally so important to people. Like, one, yes, raise your daughter on video games. You know what I mean? Like, like she'll have so many great memories.
This is the way.
It's happening.
Some of my best memories are like going to my friend's house after school so that we could play together on like her PS1 or like her PS2 and just like hang out. Like our DS is connecting. Like, you know, it's the little things that make all the world a difference.
Yeah.
Always attribute a specific time in your life to a specific game.
Yeah.
I remember the first time I was playing Resident Evil and Resident Evil 2 when those first came out. And Resident Evil 2 came out and I had a bunch of people over, girls, guys, and we all sat in my dark, like, we had a basement and we turned off all the lights, right? And I was, in the control, but everyone was we were all watching for the first time, and oh my god, it was just an experience that I'll never, ever, ever forget. And some of those friends I haven't talked to in years, but it's just one of those, like, I'll never forget that moment. You know what I mean? Like, good video games, man.
Absolutely, yeah. Video games, always a great time. Hanging out with your friends, always a good time. One of the best parts for me when it came to video games, hanging out with my friends, is all the junk food that we'd always consume with the hours of gaming that we would have in my basement.
Hell yeah.
Which kind of leads me into our next question, which is presented by our special guest Mario, who goes by Dr. Mario381 on Twitter, and he submits a question asking, what is the best looking food from a video game you've ever seen? So, John, you and I, the biggest of the crowd here, as far as video game food, what do you say? What game would you say has like the best looking?
This might look. Part of me wants to say Skyrim because the medieval food in Skyrim just looks great. However, and I know this is probably cheating, But the best looking food right now, no matter what game you're playing, I don't care. The best looking food right now is Final Fantasy 15. Those because you actually have a chef like character who makes food. So that's totally cheating. But you know what? That is my answer. The best looking food in any video game ever right now is Final Fantasy 15.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You seem to agree.
Because you can
there,
make
Jordan?
those dishes and shit. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he definitely took my answer. You know, Ignis from Final Fantasy 15 really throws it the fuck down. You just be, and it's so cool, like the creative process of a chef, because you'll just be fighting a giant monster, and this motherfucker's on the side going, "I've come up with a new recipe." Like, dude, we're getting killed.
Like, I just killed this giant rhino thing. I got a new recipe.
We're fighting a dragon. Like, we can talk about lunch later.
Yeah, right. But he comes up with the best stuff, and then you're like walking around. You pick up some pepper, you know, some fresh leeks or whatever that you pick out of the ground, and he comes up with this whole dish, and they look great. They look so good.
Yeah, the presentation is like divine as far as the graphical like stuff goes, the way they make it look and everything.
100%.
There's a bunch of different dishes that do different things on the battlefield. It's just insane. John is absolutely right. That game's food killed it.
Juan, you mentioned how you got Final Fantasy VII as like your beginning gamer game. Are you going to jump on the Final Fantasy train here and say that it's got the best food as well?
I can definitely say that yes and agree that it's definitely got the best food, but runner-up, not that there's a lot of variety in the type of dishes they show, but the ones that they do is really good. Monster Hunter.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
That's a good one.
Absolutely, hell yeah.
Monster
You know,
Hunter
I
really
thought
good.
about that too as one of my answers, because like when you go up to, you know, the top there with all the cats cooking and stuff, they always present a really cool looking meal, and it looks really good. So
I love how that game has cats as chefs,
right?
And like your little minion, like helper,
Your little
guy.
helper, yeah.
It's
What are they called? Calicos? Is that what they're
Calicos,
called?
yeah. So Japanese. I love it. So good. Katie, what about you? What's been the best looking food from a game?
As the person that always eats on the show,
Yes.
Yeah. Smallest.
Yeah.
and the smallest.
Mine's definitely a cop out, and mine kind of goes off of like question number 1, because I remember it was the reason why I got into cooking, was Cooking Mama for the Nintendo.
Yay, Cooking Mama!
Perfect.
Because I was looking at the chicken cutlet and the Salisbury steak and the dumplings and all that, and I'd just be like, oh my god, I can't wait till I can be an adult and make this. Like, it got me so excited about food and cooking that's just took it from there.
Cooking Mama
Katie-
can cook for me anytime.
So, Katie, would you say that you are even better than Mama?
Oh, I can never be better than Mama. She is the original. I cannot touch God.
Oh my god! Wow, that's an interesting list of food.
What about you, Derek?
From games, yeah. Honestly, I got to agree that Final Fantasy definitely has good looking food. Monster Hunter definitely has good food. One of my original picks actually was going to be Breath of the Wild.
That was another one of mine, yeah.
Breath of the Wild is definitely one that you kind of like sit there, sizzle up some new stuff and everything like that. It doesn't look half bad. But I'm going to have to say that my favorite food as far as video games is concerned actually comes out of DBZ Kakarot. I'm not gonna lie. Listen, Chi-Chi kills the cooking game.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
You know, like, and those portions, man. Whoo, I'm telling you something right now, man. If
good
I
power ups in that food.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I would kill to have a full.
But that's because Chi-Chi cooks with
meal.
love. You know, like that's what it is.
Yes,
It's-
the most special ingredient is absolutely that. But yeah, DBZ Kakarot. As I was playing it, I would, stop by Goku's every once in a while and be like, "Cook me up something fancy, Chi-Chi," and she never let me down, man. Never let me down.
It's so funny how like I feel like this question Mario asked was definitely about older games, but all the newer games is when all the food looks good. So it's
Yeah,
like all the old games are like,
right.
I wouldn't eat that shit. Like, get out of here.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't want a pixelated pretzel. Get out of here. I want a full course meal. Let's go.
I'm playing I'm playing Earthbound and I found a hamburger in a trash can. I don't want that.
yeah, like I ate my trash can hamburger.
Yeah, we don't do that anymore, Jordan. We've discussed this. Oh man. All right, let's go ahead. Let's move on to our next question here. Now we have my loving wife contributing to the show at Mama Mosh, joining the mix and asking via Instagram. Now, mind you, this is something we've argued about multiple times. Do you sleep in silence and total darkness, or do you need background noise like having the TV on? I need silence. I need it to be dark and quiet, and I don't want to be bothered when I sleep. But she persists on keeping on either The Office or Seinfeld or some type of background show while she dozes off. And I'm sitting there like this, waiting for her to sleep so I can go ahead and turn the PlayStation off so I can go to bed. And it's a constant, like, do you really need to have this on? And can you please put it lower? No, I can't put it lower because then I can't hear it. And if I don't hear it, I can't go to sleep. And I don't get it, guys. I don't understand it. I need it to be a complete cave in order for me to go to sleep. And that's because I'm very bear-like. I like my dark, cold cave and to sleep. So
how silent is it on your toilet that you sleep there too, though?
Well, the bathroom's an isolated place. It's got to be super quiet.
Yeah, it's a nice, small, little, bathroom, and the small hum of the ceiling fan helps me go to sleep. I mean, that's
all right.
But it's not like, but that's different though. That's not like people talking.
What about the loud rumbling of the trucks that we used to work in? On your
well, okay, all right. So obviously, you're
passing out while driving is different. Okay, I've done that, and that's different.
No, he's the passenger.
No.
Oh,
So okay, so because of situations like this with my wife, I have, and prior instances of being in a van with other people and all these other things, I've somehow acquired this unique skill where I can literally fall asleep anywhere. Mm-hmm. Like, if I wanted to, I could sit back right now, close my eyes, and I'd be asleep in like 20 seconds.
I'm pretty sure we've done that in a movie screening where you fell asleep.
No, Juan fell asleep during that one. Juan was the one that fell asleep.
Oh, was it Juan?
Yeah, at the end, we're just like, yeah, what'd you think, Juan? He goes, I don't know, man. I fell asleep during the last.
Well, no, there was a time we were doing one where Rose walked in and goes, "Are you really gonna fall asleep while watching this with your friends?"
Oh yeah,
and you were like passed out on
the I think so. Yeah.
So we're all really shitty movies. Yeah, I remember.
All right, so me personally, I'm gonna jump in here. I'm a little of both. I very much love a dark room, a nice cold room. That's the way I sleep. However, I also like to put on a sound machine, a little thunder and lightning, a little bit of rain.
White noise.
Make it nice and loud, little white noise.
There you go.
But, there are those nights that does not work. And I have to go on my couch and put on some Bob's Burgers or some YouTube or whatever that I've watched a million times. And I'll put on, and the soothing sounds of H. John Benjamin put me to sleep. While I dream about burgers. No, like sometimes I need that TV. Sometimes I need that, like, all right, it's a little bright, so I'll like turn away from, because I've seen it a million times, so like I'll turn away from the TV and I'll just listen to it and I'll fall asleep. So yeah, I think I need it just depends on the night, what's going on in my head, like anxiety wise, sometimes it's just white noise and sometimes I need a TV.
Yeah, right. I think for me, it really depends on how I'm feeling that day. Really, just because some days, like if my brain is really loud and I need a distraction so that like my thoughts aren't like enveloping my entire sense of self while I'm trying to take a nap or trying to go to sleep. Then I'll put on the TV.
Yeah.
And then there are other nights where I'm like, oh wow, today was a good day. I can lay in bed and I'm out like a light. But one thing I do know is at the moment that I'm asleep, and my mom can attest to this, a freight train could come right through the room and I'm not waking up. I am dead to the world.
Yeah.
And if you I swear to fucking God, if you try to come wake me up, I'm going to come at you and I'm going to murder you. And I'm literally going to leave your body over there in the courtyard. Do not wake me up.
Jesus, wow. All
Right?
But I like my sleep.
Damn,
What about you, Juan? You barely get any sleep now with a new baby, so what's your routine look like?
Oh no. At this point now, it's by choice. I honestly I can sleep. Doesn't matter. Noise, no noise. I prefer no noise, but I can just doesn't really matter to me. Recently, no, with the baby, we've actually been getting more sleep now because she's actually sleeping through the night.
Nice.
Yeah.
Thankfully, so she'll go between 9 and 10 o'clock till 6, 7 in the morning. So if I don't sleep, it's just because I decide to stay up here and play games. But it could go either or for me. But I prefer silence.
Yeah. I can agree with you on that one. Jordan, what about you, man? Let's finish out with your response here.
I am the only psychopath amongst you silent sleeping human beings. I have slept. People do not believe this. I have driven past girlfriends insane. For the past 5 years of my life, I have slept exactly the same way. Completely dark, cold room. I can't do it any other way.
Right.
And for some weird reason, it's like a thing in my brain now. I did it once 5 years ago, and I've done it almost every single night since. I put on YouTube, speedruns of like certain video games, like speedrunners that I watch and stuff like that, and I'll listen to them or I'll watch, like them like hack through games and just like tear through shit. And like for some reason, this is my nightly routine. Like I'll watch someone like speedrun Super Mario or some shit, and I'll just be like,
Right.
Cool, this is how I do this. And that will make me, it's such an intense thing to watch, but I pass the fuck out. I've had people sleep beside me going, what the fuck are you doing? Like, don't worry about it. Like,
What the fuck are you doing?
yeah, it's crazy. Like, so, but yeah, I can't sleep any other way. I can't sleep in silence. I think that's, it gets to me a lot. Like, I get cagey. It's weird, yeah.
Like a cagey.
I do, yeah.
All right. I mean, whatever. Everybody has their own preference, and when it comes to sleep routine, you like the adrenaline of a speed run. Then afterwards, you need a cigarette.
Yeah.
That's fine. It's apparently. It is what it is, man. All right. Well, sticking to Instagram here, our next one is coming from user @LouisLagosi, and this one, Jordan, you're gonna take the lead on because I feel like you are the most fashionable out of the group here. When it comes to getting dressed, which order do you go in? Both socks, then shoes, or one sock, one shoe? Pants first, then shirt, or shirt first, then pants? The burning questions from Louis Lagosi.
Of course, Louis asked this question. That was like, how do you dress?
Yeah, how do you get dressed?
How do you dress?
Tell me how you get dressed.
What do your clothes smell like?
Yeah. So Jordan, after you fall asleep to your speedrun adrenaline cigarette and you lie there sweaty and nude, when you wake up and have to get dressed, what is the order?
How it happens.
Derek is writing his own fan fiction, so you have to make sure that you're sweaty and nude when you're just jotting down notes. He's like,
This could be a biography. All right, let me tell you kids how I get dressed. So, shirt first, always shirt first.
Shirt first.
Then hoodie, because I'm uncomfortable with my body, so I always wear a hoodie even in summer. Thong, then jeans.
He goes thong, then jeans.
Right.
And
Well,
then,
you can't put the thong on after the jeans.
I mean, you could.
That's tough.
Yeah.
Tell me how to live.
Listen, Quail Man
That's
wore
all right.
underwear over his pants for
That's a good point.
decades. I mean,
for decades.
The one thing I don't get though is this whole.
Yeah.
How do you do one sock and one shoe? Like, what kind of fucking sociopath do you have to be to do that? Like, it's
Honestly,
always both
yeah.
socks then shoes.
I really
That's what-
agree with that.
That's what I would think. Is there anyone in this podcast right now that does 1 and 1?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Okay, all right, good,
Because y'all
okay,
would have been kicked
yeah.
out of the chat real quick. You fucking psychopaths.
Yeah, no, it's always both socks then shoes.
Yeah.
Maybe you don't want to get your socks dirty, so you put the shoe on.
That's a
I mean,
good
I
point.
guess.
That's like
That's a
that's
good
a rare
point.
occasion. Like, that's not like a natural way of doing it.
Right, like,
Yeah.
or like if
No,
you're coming.
obviously.
Oh, but you know what the perfect situation for that is when you're getting back from like the beach. Like you
Oh,
put on
yeah.
one sock,
Okay.
you don't want to
Yeah,
get like
yeah.
the whatever all sandy, so you put a shoe on or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
Like okay, that I get, but that's a certain circumstance.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
right like after you get out of the shower, you're ready to go out.
And then I mean, like to add to that, do you tie your right shoe or your left shoe first?
Actually, I keep my shoes tied at all times. I just slip them on.
Oh, you're a slip-on person.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't tie my shoes at all. I buy ones with Velcro. I'm not confident in my.
You're not confident in your shoe tying ability.
What are you, 87 years old? Like,
I'm not.
I also think that this question's kind of confusing because it assumes that you wear pants.
Yeah.
Like it assumes that I wear pants. I think it's.
That's
In your day to day.
yeah.
I don't. Yeah, like
You wear
I
socks.
I mean,
If I'm going ready to get out, if I'm like getting ready to go out, then I'll put on pants, obviously. But
Right.
like,
yeah, they come right off as soon as I walk through the door.
Yeah.
My shoes they stay on. It's my pants that come off first.
right. That makes sense.
So, Rose, my wife, makes fun of me for this, and it's very weird. But I so I put my hat on. If I'm wearing a hat to go out,
Uh-huh.
I put my hat on first before I get any other piece of clothing on my body.
How do you get it over your shirt?
Hey, how do you get it over your shirt?
It just goes right over my head, just through the brim and everything like that. Because what it is like I've always been, I've always
Fuck?
liked getting my hair done first for some reason, and like even if it's tied back or like under a hat or something, I don't know what it is. It's just a weird habit that like I just do. Like if I feel like if I get dressed and then I do my hair, like I feel like I'm either gonna get my shirt wet or I'm gonna get something on my shirt and then I'm gonna have to change my shirt. So I just brush, do my hair, put on my hat or do my hairstyle or whatever it is, and then I get dressed. I don't know what it is.
Wow.
Yeah.
I always do. Like if I get out of the shower or whatever, we're going out. I'm assuming that this is in when you go out. This is the order that you would necessarily do it in.
Yeah. If we were doing this right now, I would be in.
Oh, I'd be
boxers,
pantsless and
yeah.
whatever.
Exactly.
you know,
Yeah.
I would get out of the shower, dry myself off, do all the beard care and all that other crap that I do. Then I come out, underwear, socks, pants, then a shirt.
Yeah.
That's my order.
Yeah. Yeah. Besides the hat.
And
thing,
if I'm wearing socks, it goes on like after the underwear. But like, I don't know why underwear has to go on first for some reason for me.
Yeah, you gotta cover
Yeah.
your bits, bro. That's
Yeah, but the way I pictured it with Jordan, he's like, yeah, I just put on my shirt first. Like, so he's just like balls in the air,
Yeah.
like with a shirt on.
That's
like,
called
walking
shirt
around.
cocking. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Shirt.
That's what it's called.
I do the same thing.
Yeah, Katie
I
shirt
do
cocks
that.
all the time. Yeah.
It's a top to bottom kind of comfortable situation where that's just how I do it. Like,
But he gets
I mean,
like
I
the
think
extra
cocking.
long tee, so when he puts it on, it actually covers it. But like if he goes somewhere, he like has to reach up. You just kind of there. That's where the
Right, yeah, just kind of lifts up. a
the
little
reveal
bit.
happens.
So are you the same type of person that
You're not
has-
flashing midriff.
Are you the same type of person that has to eat specific things on your plate first before another one too?
not that,
I
but
do
they
that.
can't touch themselves. They can't touch each other.
What is with that? My son does that.
I
I
make
never
it
grew out of that.
Oh my god! All right, well at least
Katie's
he's
just
not
making
crazy.
soup out of everything.
Certain things you mix,
Put it
but
in
like
a blender.
when I go to like fast food places, fries first always.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah?
Yeah,
I agree with that.
yeah.
I don't need
oddly
anything
enough,
else
yeah.
until the fries are done.
Oh, see, my
Fries
fries are
are-
last. I save that as a treat.
No, usually, I
get
didn't
cold.
even think about that. Yeah, I do that too. That's weird.
I save it as a treat. I house down whatever I was eating, and then I go, oh my god, I got these fries
But-
now.
But I think
Eating
I
these
think that
fries.
the sock, I think the sock and the shoe thing is just like one of those things that like it just feels kind of weird. It's like the milk before cereal thing. Like, no, stop it. That's what are you doing?
Yeah, like just
Yeah.
put both socks on and do
And
your
then the
thing, and
shoes,
then
yeah,
when you're
yeah.
ready to, like, my shoes are the last thing I put on before I walk out the door.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if I'm not going out, shoes aren't even.
We're not
Yeah.
a shoe
thing.
household.
There are people who wear shoes in their day to day when they don't even go out. I'm like,
Ugh.
how many
That's
people do
so
you kill? Because you're
uncomfortable.
clearly a psychopath. Like,
Right? That's like, why don't you put on a jacket? You know, like
Also,
just
you're-
walk around your house.
You're carrying around what world you walked on into your home.
yes.
That's gross. It's like putting shoes
The
on the
filth
bed.
of the outside
Oh.
world. in my home. Never.
God, y'all are
No.
dirty.
I don't want.
Dirty, dirty, dirty.
I don't want to be
Shame.
tracking COVID in my house.
Shame. Right?
Say though, for me it's
Oh,
socks
man.
after pants, not before.
Yes.
Socks
Yes.
after pants.
Socks after pants.
Okay. Yeah, see, I'm a socks before pants sometimes.
Yeah.
Unless I decide that I'm going to be like wearing sandals or I'm not going out. Then,
And then,
like,
and then the shirt is always last.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's how I do it.
Yeah, I'm a naturally clammy person, so socks don't go on unless they need to.
I mean, depending on the shoes I wear, sometimes socks don't even go on.
Yeah,
Right.
true. Yeah. If I got Vans flats on, I don't wear socks sometimes.
Yeah.
Just
Oh,
kinda
I did
I think-
that, and my shoes were gnarly.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, they don't last.
the only
as
ones
long,
the only thing I don't wear socks with is sandals, or
Yeah.
you know, if
Thank
I'm doing
God.
the high society boat shoe thing. You know, it's very very rare. It's very rare, but
make
once in
it
a while, yeah. If you're
John-
gonna wear
John-
boat shoes, you don't wear socks. That's just
Yeah.
what
John
it
wears
is.
he wears his kerchief when he goes boating with
Oh
Matt
my god,
Damon.
shut up.
No, he just wears a open button shirt so you can see the bow tie. That's all.
Yeah.
Right, right,
That's all
yeah,
he
yeah.
wears. Yeah. So-
Quality.
Little tease for the audience.
All right, guys. So, interesting look into our wardrobe.
Yeah, thanks,
choices.
Louis.
Thanks, Louis. Appreciate that. All right. Well, moving on. Next, we have Instagram user at Mr. Drinks asking, "What do you look forward to doing most once coronavirus is under control?" And I know probably the one that's been suffering the most cabin fever, especially with a new baby, is you, Juan. So what are you looking forward to do once Corona is no longer a threat to the world?
Honestly, going back to work.
Yeah.
The cabin fever isn't so bad because you know me, I don't really go out that much to begin with.
Well, yeah, I mean,
I usually we'll make plans and then I'll fall asleep before I have to meet you guys, like happened
Ultimate.
2 days ago.
yeah, I wasn't gonna bring that up, but
But yeah, no, I don't really go out too much. But yeah, going back to work is like one of the biggest things I'm waiting or looking forward to doing after
Right.
Corona. But definitely traveling and just going out and taking my daughter out for
Right.
walks or just going
Right.
jogging in the park or any just dumb little things. Being
Yeah.
able to get her out of the house is mainly the biggest thing.
Yeah, I'll tell you that right now. Even with older kids, like, listen, I've been very proud of my kids. They've taken this with stride. They've been very understanding of the situation, and we've gone out and done things so far over the summer, like safely, wearing masks and staying away from people, stuff like that. But like, once this is all done, man, I just want to take them to like a big public park and just be like, go have
Yeah,
fun,
run around.
run out that energy, man, because God, it's so tough, man, not being able to go out with kids. Like, that's probably my biggest thing is like, yeah, like work's definitely, like, I have to agree with you. Like, work is definitely something like I want to kind of get back into a routine of, just because I'm so physically, that my job is very physical and do a lot of labor stuff. So, that's definitely important for me. But getting the kids out and having them run off the energy and not staring at the screen all day. Like, we even got them like the blue blocker, like clear glasses, because they're in front of screens all the time.
Yeah,
And I'm just like,
yeah.
they're gonna look like me in fucking 2 years with the fucking nerdy glasses. So yeah, see, Juan's got them too. Yeah, just from being in front of the computer or the TV or the tablet or the Switch. Like I'm always just like, it's too much screen time.
That's not why your eyes get out of here. With
well,
this,
listen,
with
my
this,
kids have
these old wives' tales bullshit.
Well, when it's an inch off of their face because they're laying down and they're holding it like this. I don't know why they can't like just sit within a regular distance. I was like,
you get better quality when you put it up to your face.
You're gonna shoot your eye out, kid. Like further. But John, I know
it's like
you're
moving the remote while you're playing a racing game.
Yeah.
Make the turn sharp.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, it's sneaking around the corner, but doing this while you're playing, like you can look past the corner yourself.
Oh, I do that all the time.
When you see the bullet fly by? Yeah, I do that.
Yeah.
John, I know you're pretty much an introvert and you like to stay in a lot, but I'm pretty sure there's something you'd like to get done once coronavirus is all done and said, you know?
No, this has been perfect, honestly. Like, don't get me wrong, like, I guess I like to go out once in a while, but I really don't do it a lot. I feel like seeing Katie might be, like, on the top of my list, but, like...
look at that.
Other than that, like, I don't really
Jordan's
do
like,
a
yeah,
lot.
thanks, man. Thanks, appreciate it.
Well, I figured we'll get him down here eventually, but...
Yeah.
That's on his own time, too. It's not just... like, literally, one of the first things I look forward to is, like, going out and, like, getting dinner with Katie. Like, that's really, like, the first thing.
We've already planned it.
We've already planned it. Like,
that's so
it.
cute.
Like, that's ready. Actually, I think there's one thing that I 100% want to happen, and I told Derek about this. Oh, no, I told Rose about this. And another friend of mine, Nick. There is a Taco Bell hotel in Palm Springs, Florida.
I'm sorry,
Just
what?
saying.
A Taco Bell hotel.
Listen, I found out
one
about
in
a
California.
hotel.
I didn't know there was one in Florida.
Palm Springs, Florida, there was a Taco Bell hotel. Now, they give you breakfast burritos in the morning.
Oh my God.
They have a Taco Bell bar all night. They have all day you can do frozen Baja Blasts. You could do frozen Mountain Dew shit. You could do all that stuff. Then they have bikes at the hotel that you can rent. It has Taco Bell written all over them, and they let you go out for the day and just take the bikes wherever you want to go, so you don't have to drive anywhere. Yeah, dude.
Oh my god.
I'm fucking going to this, and anyone that wants to come with me, you can get your own room. I don't give a fuck
All right, guys,
what you
I'll
do.
see you later. I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The minute this fucking coronavirus is over, I'm making a date. We're all going. We'll get a room. Like, everyone get their own room, and we'll all just hang out and fucking eat Taco Bell for a whole week or a weekend. I don't give a fuck.
Katie's gonna look like me in half a day.
But it's all like fresh ingredients. Like, you should have seen they were showing off like the breakfast bar. Like, it's like, breakfast burritos for the morning, and then like you can order right off the hotel menu for like different Taco Bell stuff. And like, dude, I'm so pumped about this place. I'm telling everybody, like, the minute this shit is over, I'm making a date to go down there and fucking like, yeah, no joke. So those two things, seeing Katie in the Taco Bell hotel, are the two things that I am most.
All right. Cool.
Yeah, I agree.
So besides seeing John on your dinner date, Katie, what else have you got set up for post-corona?
I genuinely, the one thing that I want to be able to do is just hug my friends. I miss my friends.
Yeah.
And like, I saw this video of these two friends who hadn't seen each other in 2 months because of Corona. And in order for them to, like, they just really needed to see each other, they wore those inflatable dinosaur costumes and they put each other through them. And
that's beautiful.
I was halfway tempted to invest in something like that because my friends mean the world to me. So not seeing them right now really, really hurts. And I know all of us are going through things, and I just want to be able to hug everyone and tell them that it's going to be okay, and that's all I want.
Yeah. Listen,
it is tough being like even seeing like I've seen Derek through this a couple of times, and like that does run through your head, but at the same time it's like, man, fuck it, I gotta hug this dude. You know what I mean? Like, I need to hug my friends. Like, I miss my friends. Like, so I think that's really what it comes down to, is just missing your friends.
And on top of it, like I mean, thankfully, I made plans last week. Because my family lives down in South Jersey in Atlantic City area, so I haven't seen them since December. And so I'm gonna actually go down. I have an Airbnb. I'm gonna go down at the end of this month, and I'm gonna go spend a weekend with my mom and then my dad and his kids and stuff like that.
Oh, good.
So I got the okay from everybody. I'm safe. They're safe.
Good.
So it would have been
awesome.
see my family, but I'm.
But now you get to do that before it's over. That's good.
Nice. All right. Well, what about you, Jordan? What do you got planned? Are we ever gonna get to hug each other, man?
We absolutely are gonna hug each other, man. Sooner than later, definitely. I've been trying to. Yeah, you guys all made the plans, and fucking, I wasn't able to, hang out. I think last week, but I already told you guys after this episode specifically, we're planning a thing.
Yay, 100 episodes.
Yeah. So, I'm sorry to ruin the good times.
Oh God, here we go.
As far as what I'm looking most...
What are you looking most forward to,
Derek said
Jordan?
it was okay for me to say this.
Oh, yeah, I completely forgot. I completely forgot that this is the direction we're going in. So it's a good thing I'm cracking open a new drink, because this is going to be fucking great.
I need a water.
Bubbly.
I had a really good friend who, during the quarantine, introduced Jordan to Tinder. And the thing about that is, like...
Tinder dating.
The thing about that is, and I'll be very open with this audience right now.
Don't be shy now, motherfucker. Come on, let's hear it.
I'm very much looking forward to having sex again after the quarantine's over. I don't think that makes me a bad person.
No, it doesn't make you a bad person. Not at all.
No, that makes you a human male.
It makes you a human being.
A human being.
High sex drive, so absolutely. So you've got a whole.
So many people have started like using it like after quarantine started, but it's like, when things get all hot and heavy, how the fuck are you gonna hang out? Like nobody talks about that part. So like now there's like, I'm not
make appointments
fuckboy right now, but like I have appointments. Yeah, exactly. I have appointments.
Bring back the little black book.
Oh,
I feel
Lord.
like such a fuckboy.
Oh, we lost Katie.
Oh my. I'll pose the question now that we're in the moment right now.
Their camera got insulted.
No, I was in the middle of saying dick appointments are important too.
Thank you.
I wholeheartly encourage it, 100%.
Love it.
Now now that we're in the moment,
makeup, dick.
Yes, exactly.
In that order.
Yeah,
in that order.
100%
getting my nails done after this.
I pose the question now, Derek. Do you want me to tell the Old Spice stories now that we're doing?
I don't just want you to tell this story. I need you to tell this story.
Oh, Lord.
I need you to tell this story. By the way, just a little side note. The only reason why I heard part of this story is because I needed test audio. So Jordan just started, like, randomly saying shit. And then, like, he started, like, giggling and talking about Old Spice. And I'm just like, wait, what? And he goes, yeah, this is kind of a real thing. And I'm like, hold on, pause. Start from the beginning and please explain. So now all of you need to also experience this magnificent story. Please go on, Jordan.
So like, like Derek said, I never in the beginning you said like, oh, I don't mean to make you guys my secretaries. I never felt like that because when we were testing audio, I was just saying heinous shit. Derek would be like, okay, speak, and I'd just be like, I wonder how many people I could kill and stuff into my closet. But no. So
wow, all right. I guess it's a legit.
Great B-roll.
Architecture.
One of the audio tests that we had done was I told him a story about a young lady I was hanging out with in a hotel room, and I told him later on like that was a real story, and he was like, "Wait, what?" So basically, what happened is I bring my own shampoo when I go to hotels and places like that. I don't really like their stuff. Whatever.
Makes sense.
So you know, like when you're young and you just kind of like hook up with your friends, but it doesn't really mean anything and things like that, like whatever. So a friend of mine and I like went to a hotel and we were just hanging out, and eventually we were like, okay, let's take a shower together. She's like, cool, awesome. So we go and we're doing whatever we're doing and blah blah blah, and she prefaces me, she turns to me and says, could you, I'm not going to say it how she said it, but could you pleasure me with a shampoo bottle? Like, could you put that inside of me? To which I responded,
at a medium pace? What is going on right now? Is this an Adam Sandler song? What is going on right now?
To which
Take that shampoo bottle over there.
First of all, I don't know if you guys have ever seen like an Old Spice bottle of shampoo before, but it's like oval shaped. Like Derek's kind of showing it. It's quite wide.
It's not
and
this.
Like
it's this.
Yeah, it's not a round thing. It's not a thing that's easily inserted into a human being. And John is gone. John is gone, ladies and gentlemen.
Go on.
To which so I wasn't even weirded out by the fact that she asked me. The next part was what weirded me out because I wasn't thinking this. But like, so she asks me to do it, and I'm just like standing there silently, and then she's like, "Oh no, it's not your dick. That's fine. I'm just saying." And I'm just like, I wasn't thinking that. Why are you asking me? I shouldn't be telling this story. As I'm telling this story, I'm just like, I should not be talking about this. It's a horrible, horrible story.
Oh my god.
I mean, she trusted you enough to share that information with you.
Sure, yeah.
So.
And she said it wasn't you. It's just that, you know.
She was looking for something kinky and fun.
She wanted a little bit of
your help.
That swagger.
Sure.
I mean,
at least you weren't laying on the bed playing Switch, you know.
John, shut the fuck. Yo.
That's gonna have to be a. Yeah. Come on. Sharing time.
No. Let's go to the next question.
All right. That'll be another time. So, the only question I had for you, Jordan, is because I know that Old Spice has different styles of product.
Was it?
Yeah. Did you use Bear Glove? Was that the one that you used?
I think I pleasured her with swagger.
Yeah, you did! Yeah, you did, you filthy prick!
Throw up the horns.
Let's go! What does Jordan want to do the most after coronavirus? Stick a shampoo bottle up somebody. Let's go!
This is now. We'll move on to the next question, but I'm just saying this is now the most fuck boyish thing I've ever.
Oh my god. I got so dizzy from that.
Oh man, it wouldn't have been such a fantastic 100th episode without that story. Holy shit.
That's a great story.
Oh my god, and we have plenty more to come. We have a bunch of questions still to go through. But ladies and gentlemen, before we go through the rest, here's a little word from our good friend Robin from Gaming Access Weekly. He wanted to say a little something to us today here on the show. So here's Robin.
Hey, Party Up Podcast. It's Spectre Robin. Or just Robin, I guess. Congratulations on 100 episodes. That's an amazing feat. And I can't wait to see what you do next.
All right, well, that was Robin from Gaming Access Weekly giving us a congratulatory 100th episode. And it was a pleasure to have him on the show. All of our guests have always been super fantastic.
That's a good guess.
But yeah, let's go ahead and and move on with our questions here. We have Instagram user at Piercing by John asking, why is the Borderlands series so fucking good? Now, John, you are I want to say, I guess for lack of a better term, the expert here when it comes to games. You know, this is what you do.
Professional.
Yeah,
we're all experts in gaming, but I'm technically the gaming professional.
Exactly. So, what's your take on this series, man?
This is a presumptuous question. Assuming that the Borderlands series is so fucking good, as they put it.
It's a bit biased.
And I'm not saying that they're not good.
Right.
I just don't think that the adjective "fucking good" belongs in front of a Borderlands game. They are a good series. I have a lot of fun playing Borderlands games.
Right.
I play with my buddy Nick all the time. Like, I enjoy them, and we were very excited for Borderlands 3. And as far as looter shooters go, they are some of the best. What else are you gonna fucking play? Destiny?
Yeah. Don't get me started, bro.
You know,
Don't
what are you
get
gonna?
me
What else?
started.
What else are you gonna play? Fucking Tom Clancy's fucking game about the apocalypse again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, whatever. Like, so as
Yeah.
far as looter shooters go, they are the best of the best.
Yeah.
They always have funny stuff. There's a lot of good humor in those games. But I get bored with them like really fast, and I don't know why. And I don't know if it's because the worlds are too immersive and there's a lot of stuff going on, or there's a lot of guns, and I feel like because there's so much variety, I almost get bored in the variety.
Right.
But I don't usually end up finishing them. I never finish the
Really?
Borderlands games. Yeah, I just
Wow.
I play, I have a lot of fun, I shoot a lot of things and make them explode, and then I go, okay, well, I guess that's the game, right? I mean,
Well,
I guess
yeah.
I'm done. I guess I'm done playing because this is the rest of the game. I can also run over monsters and stuff with a car. Great, cool. I do that for about 20 minutes, and it's like, all right, now I'm done.
I can get that sometimes something that can get a little repetitive or you get bored of
Yeah.
it. I mean, me myself, prior to the upgrades and everything like that, I actually never played Borderlands at all. And with the Summer of Games Fest that happened or is still happening right now over this
Yeah.
2 months, they revealed new DLC for Borderlands 3. And
Right.
I saw that, and I was just like, how have I never invested in this game before? Because this looks like something I would thoroughly enjoy. So I went ahead, and they had a bundle package on Steam, as Steam normally does. They take everybody's money.
They're good at that.
Yeah, they're very good at that. And I said, screw it. I pulled the trigger, and I got every single Borderlands available. And I started playing, and you know, I'm excited to get into it, man. Like I've maybe played like between setting everything up and everything else going on in my life right now. Like I have managed to play maybe an hour or two worth of the game, but I see how people can definitely look at this series and be like, this is fucking awesome, and this is like a great series, because I personally have had a lot of fun with the gameplay that I've done so far. Definitely my style of fun. So yeah, I mean, I'm excited to keep diving into it, and like I said, I got all of them. So as where you haven't finished them, I just started. So something actually is really that's going to come about with this too. I guess kind of a small announcement to everybody. So I've always had this idea to put together a series of games that I've never played, because I've never played Kingdom Hearts. I've never touched a God of War. Prior to this, never played Borderlands. There's so many titles out there. What's up?
I said Juan's face was just like, what?
Yeah, no, I just listen. There's a lot of titles I have played, and there's a lot of others that I kind of just never got on that hype train, and like never played, and that a lot of people are just like, how could you never play them? So with now the technology at hand, I am actually going to start trying to produce a little series called Never Have I Ever Played. And I think Borderlands might be the first installment of this.
Might be the first installment.
Yeah,
That's good.
so it's a brand new
Never
game.
have I ever played.
Yeah, that's going to be it,
That's
man.
good.
So if you want to watch
Awesome.
me yell, scream, and curse at new video games that are old video games, that'll be something that you guys should look out for. But yeah, is anybody else here like toying around with Borderlands at all?
I played it. I played the first one with a friend. I think right before I left for college, and I actually really enjoyed it. I just haven't picked it back up. I liked what I saw, what I was playing. I had a good time. And it's always been in the forefront of my mind as, oh, I really need to play these games. I really, really need to get into these games, and I just haven't had the chance to because my roster of games is so large. Adding to it, my backlog is insane.
Yeah, the fucking backlog gets you all the time.
And these games go on for fucking ever. There's so much to them. It's like putting these in your backlog is a death sentence because it's just like they're just such expansive. Yeah, no, they're expansive games, and the characters are great. And Claptrap is one of my favorite
it's so funny
little minor characters that have ever been created. You know, like I love Claptrap.
I love the art style. I love the way that the games like seem like they're so chaotic and so just like all over the place and fun.
Yeah.
I haven't had the chance to put time aside to be able to play it.
Yeah, they really nailed that Mad Max feel to it. You know, like because even the Mad Max game is not great, but this feels like what Mad Max should have been. You know,
right?
Yeah, exactly.
Look, don't get me wrong, John. I feel like Borderlands is good, but it's not as great because again, like I get bored with them.
Right.
For me. I am so happy that people think these games are fucking amazing because they are. But they're like, for me, I get so bored so quickly.
Yeah, you rather read the graphic novel. I get it.
Honestly, yeah, I'd probably read a Borderlands book before I would like play Borderlands again.
Anybody else got 2 cents on Borderlands? Juan, Jordan, nothing.
It sucks.
Game sucks. John sucks. Next slide, please. All right. Well, let's go ahead and move along. Appreciate that from Pearson by John. Next, we have Ryan from the Meaty Boys. Rest in peace, though. I don't think Meaty Boys actually exists anymore. I think they may have broken up. But
I believe they have stopped doing some stuff for now.
Yeah, I think they're taking a small hiatus. But either way, the Meaty Boys, via his Twitter handle @RyanFirster, he asked, if there were an immortal snail that cannot be contained, that was always chasing you, and if it touches you, you die, do you think you can evade it for as long as you live? Jordan, what do you think, man? Could you avoid the snail?
Well, the thing is, I don't know, man. Do you think you could? It depends. There's a lot. Okay, so I've seen this question posed before. There's actually a repost of a meme that is you can. There's more to it as far as like you get some like amount of money and it tells you how like. It tells you the speed, the miles per hour in which the snail moves.
Snail.
Oh,
and you have
details I'm not taking into consideration.
Well, I'm just assuming it's a normal snail.
That's fine.
And at some point, even in your home, it will be able to get in and find you.
Right.
It'll find you. So in keeping with the way that the question was posed, because I'll just do it this way, I could probably do it. I mean, I have enemies now. So like,
I like the glare. I like the off-camera glare. You just went, I have enemies now.
I look directly out of my window like I'm on the lamp.
I don't live by any windows because a sniper might hit me at any minute. But...
Yeah, at any point in time, this all could just end. But, I could probably do it. I ain't afraid of no goddamn snail. Mom didn't raise no bitch.
Is it like It Follows then, but with a snail?
As far as I can tell, it always knows where you are, and it's always chasing you.
It's always
and you can't like hide in a box because it can get anywhere in like a house or a whatever situation.
So
but it'll always be chasing you at a snail's pace.
I am perpetually and permanently exhausted. That is just the basis of my existence. It doesn't go any higher, and it doesn't go any lower. Thinking about how I'm going to evade this thing exhausts me. So I will just and let it do its thing, and poof, I'm gone, and I'm no longer tired because I'm dead.
Snail food. All right.
Yep.
Snail food.
See, I don't know. I look at this question, and I don't know. It's just because I know how science and snails work, or because I am a gigantic nerd and love supernatural and like ghosts. But I would just like, first off, it's a snail, and it wouldn't be going fast enough to keep up with me, even though I'm large and lazy. So I would just kind of have to shift around every once in a while. But the main thing is like, oh, well, what about when you go to sleep? I would just put a circle of salt around my bed, because though it cannot be contained, it still wouldn't go past the salt, I would assume.
It's an immortal snail. Actually, it could dry up and rehydrate right on the end of the salt trail.
I mean,
it's immortal.
I guess.
No, here's my thing is that, and this is why this question is so terrifying, is because despite it being always so slow, even if you were to just leave the room, you do have to sleep, right? So like, at some point, your guard will be down long enough for us. Even if like, okay, you know the snail is in your home right now. You walk around it, you get on a plane, and you fly to Hawaii.
Exactly.
Right? That thing, at some point, will get there. And you can live, a good couple of years probably by the time it gets there, right? But at some point, it's going to be there, and you're going to have to pick up and do it all over again, right? So you're always going to have to be on the move, at least every couple of years. So that's really how you look at it.
You put a locator on the snail, so you always know where he is. You count out the distance, like John said, get on a plane, calculate, okay, I'm in Acapulco right now. That's going to take him a couple years to get there. Then I'll just go like to Lagos or whatever the fuck.
If nothing else, you get to really see the world.
You would need to have like the means of traveling.
Yeah,
that's true. If you don't have the means of travel, it'll always come back to where you are.
Well, I mean, a car is good enough, like you travel the states and go, a couple hundred miles. Stay there
but if you're thinking about your regular life now, are you really going to be able to just travel every time the snail shows up?
Oh man, that thing's going to get you.
Even going like a town over.
How big is the snail?
How big is the snail?
It's like a normal snail.
Because if it covers more surface area,
I mean, it's not bigger than an Old Spice bottle. I'll tell you that. What? Too soon? What happened?
I don't know. I've seen some big snails.
I think this is doable, but at some point I'm just gonna be like, you know what? Just fucking kill me. I don't care anymore.
I just get tired of it.
Yeah, I'm just tired of walking around like trying to evade you.
Well,
plus there's fucking slimes, like snail slime everywhere. Like I can't take this shit.
Well, here's
constantly
the thing,
cleaning that shit
guys, up. Here's the thing:
put a glove on and pick it up and just.
I mean, maybe. I don't know. Because technically, it's not touching you; it's touching the glove.
Throw it.
Yeah.
Oh, semantics bullshit.
Throw it in the ocean.
just figure out how fast it moves, and then just. I'm gonna toss it 15 feet. It'll be here in 5 hours. Cool. I'm gonna get some work done around the house.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the awful truth here, guys, is that there is no snail. The snail is actually death, and we all die at one point. So, with that positive outlook,
the cake is a lie. Everybody knows.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Everything's
Ryan.
made out of cake, but the cake is a lie.
Thanks, Ryan.
Yeah, thanks, Ryan. Appreciate that terrible question. Because ultimately we'll all just give up because fuck the snail.
Right.
Oh hell yeah!
Right.
Yeah,
so, that's what it comes down to. Is at some point you just
we're all
give
gonna
up.
die. All right, cool. Next up, we have Instagram user @SpookyAlley asking, "Do you or do you not return the shopping cart?" Juan, you probably have the biggest heart here out of all of us. What do you do, man? Do you normally return the shopping cart, or do you just kind of just like say, "Fuck it"?
I actually return the shopping cart, believe it or not.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Even with my personality traits. No. I always doesn't matter if I'm alone, if I'm with somebody. Even like when I was a kid, I would always return the shopping cart. I don't know. It was just kind of like it's more of like an OCD thing. I don't like them just swimming about in the parking lot.
I feel that.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly, I never really thought about it the way that people have been presenting it on the internet, like as it like being some like look into who you are as a person, like whether you return it or not. I just
Thought
kind of
about it, it was
always
like,
did
"Oh."
it. No, I just kind of I just did it because, well, first and foremost, because I hate when I pull into a parking lot and there's like one spot, and you go to pull into
And
the
there's a
spot
cart
and there's
there.
a fucking shopping cart there. I'm just like, just return the fucking thing.
Right.
That's essentially my thing is like I put it back so it's not in the way for anybody else because I know I hate how that fucking feels. And secondly, it's like, I mean, let's be honest. I mean, if you're a cart wrangler, you know, you got to be out there dealing with a bunch of bullshit and the weather and shit like that, like just for shopping carts. So just bring it back to where they belong and make it easier for someone. I don't know. That's just kind of always been my perspective on the whole thing. Like, I never looked at it deeper than me just fucking getting the cart from where I got it from. So I don't know.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I always put it away, but it's even better when I can put it away and I can run and ride on it and go through the parking lot and just glide really fast. And then someone comes and picks me up in the car so I don't have to walk back. And that's good. Then I'm happy. But always return your shopping carts.
Yeah,
for real. Jordan, what about you?
Yeah. So those people on the internet who like make a big deal out of it and stuff like that. No. I am absolutely one of those people who makes a big deal out of it. I'm going to tell you why. Honestly, because, and they say this, and I've read this before, and it's true. Putting your shopping cart back is it seems like it's nothing, but it is the ultimate test of morality because it is nothing. If you don't do it, nothing happens to you. There's no legal, you don't face anything. Right. It is the ultimate test of, are you just a piece of shit? Because because it's a situation where you do not lose or gain anything from either doing it or not doing it. Right. So how are you going to act in the presence of, just it's between you and God. Are you going to do it? What up?
Yeah. And it's not even like it's you're stressed for time or whatever. I get it. Sometimes you're in a rush, but like it's literally always like 20 feet from you, you know what I mean? Like, so like even if you're pressed for time, you're just lying to yourself.
Just walk faster.
I've even seen people with physical handicaps put it back.
Yeah, like So go on, Jordan. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, that was all. It's just
okay.
Literally just the perfect test of like you don't have to do this at all, but like. It's again, it's just between you and your morals. I mean, I personally, I get very YouTubery about it. Like I see a lot of people like I want to do it when people are watching me, but overall I'll just do it if no one's around to.
Hey, look, I'm putting the cart away, everybody.
Yeah, look at how good of a person I am.
Back, I'm finished with my groceries.
Yeah. So it's
as someone who worked.
Sorry.
No. I was going to say, as someone who worked in a grocery store, like a Trader Joe's. And part of our job was to wrangle the carts and stuff.
Yeah.
I very much appreciate people putting carts back. It also got me out of the store, and I didn't have to deal with people in the store for a while I was, wrangling the other ones that weren't necessarily in the thing. So it gave me a little extra time. But I'm not saying that's a good thing. I'm just saying that, you should always put your carts back. I always put the cart back. Even as a kid, I did it, like Juan. Like, I always just... My mom or my dad or whatever would be like, all right, go put the cart back, and I'll pack up all the stuff in the car or whatever.
Right.
So I just learned at an early age to just do that, and then when I got the job at Trader Joe's, it was more like, wow, people are assholes. Like, I can't believe they don't put these fucking things back. Like, that's crazy to me.
Right.
And this
It shows your upbringing, because like you said, like your parents would be like, hey, put the cart back, and you didn't do it because. Like necessarily they told you just be like, all right, I get to move the cart, especially as a kid, like, oh, you get to drive the cart. But it's like it's like the same people that complain that they have to clean their mess at like a 7-Eleven because there's somebody there that will clean it. Just clean up after yourself.
Exactly. Like wipe down the Slurpee machine, like just do it. Like no one's watching, no one whatever. Like you made a mess in a Slurpee machine, wipe it up.
Fucking pig.
Pig.
Fucking pig. All right,
That was a good question, Allie.
Yeah, that was actually a really good question. Yeah, I mean, it's basically the two rules now is wear a fucking mask and put the shopping cart away, you piece of shit.
That's it. That's it. That's all we're asking.
That's all we're fucking asking, man. All right, moving on. We're going to be jumping into Facebook submissions right now.
Okay.
And we have Facebook user Ed S asking, what old obscure video game would you want to have an HD remake or remaster? And as we've seen in the past, maybe not so much obscure, but, Spyro, Crash Bandicoot, Final Fantasy, a lot of old games, Link's Awakening, getting...
there's a new Battletoads game.
Yeah, there's a new Battletoads game. Yeah, Tony Hawk's new remake for Tony Hawk. A lot of games coming out of the woodwork from the past getting remakes. So, Katie, what...
Medieval?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Medieval. Yeah.
Yeah. Medieval,
what are you looking forward? What would you
just shows how
want to have remade, Katie?
So I always was obsessed with the arcade game Joust.
Oh
So,
my god! Yeah.
I would love to do Joust, but in VR. That would be so.
Holy shit!
I think
That's good.
Because I don't know if you guys know, but right now basketball games for the NBA are in VR, and you can sit in the crowd and watch the basketball games live with your avatar.
Wow.
That's
So
actually really cool too.
If we can do, I sat in it yesterday. It was really cool. If we can do that, I would love to see like there's this game called Echo, and Sam plays it all the time. No.
Oh.
Sam plays it all the time, and it's his friend and him, and they literally attach to each other, and they get catapulted into like this entire sphere, and there's other people flying and grabbing the ball and stuff like that. Do Joust, please do Joust. That would be so cool.
Yeah.
Could you imagine? Oh,
That's fucking awesome.
I just want a fluffy ostrich bird flying thing under me with like a thing and hitting other people. Like that'd be so cool. I want to collect the ball.
Just go to medieval times. You'll be fine.
No, that's awesome. That's a really good answer for that one. That's a
really
good one.
Yeah, that's a good one. What about you, John?
This one was tough for me because like there are a lot of really great old school like obscure games out there that a lot of people I think missed. And now they've been doing a lot of really cool, like again, like we have the old school like Battletoads, like those old beat 'em up games are starting to kind of come through.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that if I was going to really give a good HD remake, I've talked about this before. Nightmare Creatures. It was an N64 game.
Yes.
Where you like basically were a monster hunter. And I would love to see them do something where like it's almost like a God of War type of, Ghost of Tsushima type of remake where you go in it's like it's not really ancient Britain, but it's like, old school Britain, foggy nights, you're hunting monsters, like you can level up through the game and stuff like that. Like an HD remake of Nightmare Creatures would probably be something, I would be there. In a heartbeat, collector's edition, the whole thing. I'd be ready to go. Nightmare Creatures. I think the only other one that I would really love is Demon's Crest. It was like an old Super Nintendo game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You actual jerk! You took my answer.
Get the fuck out of here! Seriously?
Demon's Crest was my answer. It was the sickest game back then, and I loved it.
Yeah. Demon's Crest was fucking awesome, and that's definitely those two, Demon's Crest and Nightmare Creatures were two of my favorites. I'd love to see that come back.
Hell yeah!
I feel like Demon's Crest isn't necessarily obscure anymore though, because they put it on the Switch, Super Nintendo thing. They put that on there.
Yeah, they did.
Which means they probably will never remake it. So whatever.
All right. Well, so I was gonna ask Jordan's opinion next, but yeah, Demon's Crest is it?
Definitely Demon's Crest. I do have a better answer. It's short.
Okay. Yeah, what is it?
I just want someone to jokingly do this. I don't not legitimately become a massive game. I want someone to take the old famous for being the worst game in the world, E.T. game.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yes.
keep the horrible gameplay and just the horrible like not even explaining what you're supposed to fucking do in that game, but have like fully
Just update
4K
the
like,
graphics.
model of E.T. Hell yeah, absolutely. I would love that.
Oh my
Great.
god.
It'd be hilarious.
Any old school games, obscure games you'd want remade?
So I've got a couple answers. So obscure old games. There used to be on the NES, and I don't remember what it's called, but I think it was called Noah's Ark, where you just played as
Yes.
Noah and you picked
Yes.
up the male and female of each animal. It was like
Yeah.
a 2D platformer.
Yeah.
Bring that to the Switch.
There was a whole line of those Christian games. There was a
Yeah.
Samson,
Yeah.
there was a Noah,
Yeah.
there was a
It was even a black cartridge. They were like
Yeah.
different from everything else.
Oh
yeah.
my god.
There was somebody else.
There was another. So the DDR mats. Before they were DDR, there used to be an Olympics game that you
Yes.
used the DDR mat and you had to like
Yes.
run on
You
the
would
mat
run.
for like
Yeah.
your character to run. Then you would have to get off of the arrows for him to jump and like jump over.
That was
hurdles.
Konami's Track and Field.
Yeah,
Yeah.
love that game.
Yeah.
So cool.
Nice.
And then
that was awesome.
more recent, I would love to see a remaster of Lost Planet, the entire series.
Mm.
It was on the Xbox 360, and like
Yeah.
it was such an underrated third-person like exploration shooter that I would love
Yeah,
to
that was
see it. In,
was
like,
that the one where you got the mech?
4K.
Yeah. Oh
That
god.
like
that
the
was a good
planet
game.
was like toxic, and you had to like keep a certain amount of oxygen. Yeah,
Yeah. That was a
was
great game. Good call.
Nice.
Damn.
Yeah, I couldn't really think of anything that was like super obscure as far as like a remake or anything, but I will go ahead and say this: one of my favorite games ever, definitely in my top 5, that I would love to see a remake of is Super Mario RPG. Give me that in a
Yes.
full
That's
HD
something.
remaster.
Yeah,
Sold.
that's something that everybody's clamoring about. And honestly, Nintendo gave an answer years ago that was like, "Yeah, we have been remaking them. They're called Paper Mario. Fuck off." Is basically what they said.
I mean, Paper
Yeah.
Mario is a good series.
Yeah, and
Oh,
so
yeah,
you'll
it is.
you'll never get a Super Mario RPG remake. Just letting you know.
I know.
I was reading something that said that Paper Mario and the Mario and Luigi, like the Superstar Saga and stuff like that, those are like spiritual successors. But like
Yeah.
Nintendo like talked about it and they were like, "Look, we're really not like like John said, we're really not interested in redoing it. However, like if you want a RPG experience with Mario and Luigi, you have like options." Which I thought,
Right.
even though I want it really badly, I totally agree with. Like we have those options there.
Yeah, you'll. And if they do break down and make it, I mean, they will make fucking $1 billion from that game.
They would though, yeah.
Like right off the bat, like no joke.
Yeah, no, definitely that. Or actually, you know what? I'd go ahead and maybe get a Wario Land remake as well. Something
Wario Land would be
something fresh from
Wah!
yeah, absolutely. And
Wait.
speaking
was
of,
here. I haven't done it in a while.
Yeah. Speaking of our good friend Wario, we actually have a second question submitted by Ed, and this one I think is going to be interesting. So he submits to us, who is the top Nintendo waifu and why is it Wario? And if the image there does not tell you and explain to you why he is number one, I mean, I don't even know what to say. I mean, he is big, he's beautiful, he's got a fantastic mustache, his color coordination is better than any of the other characters, and he loves garlic, and I am a big fan of garlic on my food, and I think that he's everything you need when it comes to Nintendo waifus.
This is a great fucking question, Ed.
It really is too.
So funny.
Katie, how do you feel about Wario? How do you feel about Wario?
Every time I think about Wario, I only hear John's voice. Genuinely. That's the only thought that comes to my mind. Is John's voice, like, because there would be moments we'd be hanging out, and the mention of Wario would come up, and he'd go on for like 5 to 8 minutes, and I'd be still trying to have a regular conversation, and then he'd just be sitting there throwing it in casually in conversation. So that's all I think about.
It just,
Honest answer.
he starts wildly just going wah,
Yeah.
chewing
The
a clove of garlic and
Wario
throwing coins at people.
The Wario Wah is definitely one of my favorites, but the Waluigi is my top number one.
Yeah.
I mean, that's funny.
That too. That is another one that I just sit there and I'm just like,
Oh Lord, he's doing this in public again.
you'd be walking down the street or in like a store or something.
We just see a Wario or somebody, just whatever. Like,
You're like, oh,
but who is your top Nintendo waifu though?
oh my god, I have
Honestly.
Isabelle from Animal Crossing.
Isabelle is who?
Yeah, she's like my wife. Do you see her wrecking shop in Doom? Are you
Yeah,
kidding?
hell yeah.
How could you not worship her? I swear to God.
My favorite thing now is that because of the new Halo, there's like this whole thing about Doom Guy and Master Chief and how they became friends because of the fucking the new hook shot or whatever that they both have, right? They became like friends, and I desperately want somebody to write the comic of Doom Guy introducing Isabelle to Master Chief, and the three of them just mercilessly killing aliens and demons all
I'll take
together,
it.
right?
I'll
I
take
want it. Somebody make that happen, audience. You heard it here first on the Party Up podcast.
Oh my god, crazy. Jordan, what's your top, man? Who do you got?
Princess Rosalina, next.
Oh.
Next.
Okay.
I said next.
I said
said
next. Juan, who you got?
And
Just cut him off. Like, nope.
Well, he said
said
next. He said
I
next.
said next.
I did.
Red Shy Guy. I said what I said.
I think
Next.
past audiences know. I think that this is mine.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
Little Bowsette.
I mean,
Yeah.
all right. If I had to pick like a serious answer, it'd definitely be Samus.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Quality.
It was a very life-changing moment the day I found out that Metroid was a woman.
Yeah, Samus was
Samus was
a lady.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay.
To me,
What's his feeling?
always-
Feeling?
It's, sorry, Shy Guy. I think if I really had to answer, like Bowsette obviously is a joke, but I think if I had to really answer, I think Daisy would be my waifu. I love Daisy,
Good choice.
Mhm.
and like don't get me wrong, like when it comes to Smash Brothers, I always pick Peach because she handles better. But like
Yeah.
I love Daisy. Like when I played Mario Tennis, Daisy's my girl. Like 100%. And her
Bayonetta, step on my throat, please.
It's technically a Nintendo character now.
Yeah.
Please step on my
Technically,
throat.
Yeah.
There you go.
I mean, Simon Belmont's daddy, Nintendo daddy, but
Yeah.
Nintendo waifu is 100% Daisy.
Oh,
Okay,
my
but like,
God.
are we talking like to take on a date or like stepping on throats?
Both.
Okay, no, let's go.
Ice bottles.
I mean,
Both.
why not both? Yeah.
Daisy can smother me with those thighs. I don't care.
Get a waifu that can do both.
Fair.
I mean, Bayonetta could definitely do all three.
That's true. That's a good point.
Jesus.
Just
Now
a
we're
quick
getting
note.
into weird.
Yeah.
Now we're getting into that. Now we're diving into a different pool.
So, as you can tell, I've added graphics to these slides. I had to search for these. Imagine the slew of imagery that
Thick
came
Wario.
across my screen
Thick
when
Wario.
I typed in. No, when I just typed in Nintendo waifu.
Oh my god! I have to
it
do it
was. I had to like make sure no one was in the room. I was like, oh shit.
What are you
Rose
looking
gonna
at, Dad?
Yeah, what are you looking at? Yeah. Or Rose.
Oh my god! This
the fuck are you
this
looking
just
at?
gets better and better. Oh my god! These are great. Oh my god! There's an Isabelle one and it's perfect.
There is. Yes, there's absolutely. Yeah.
I will
Absolutely
send it
is
to
one.
him.
Oh man. All right. Well, let's go ahead and keep moving forward here with the show. As you saw before, we had a couple people turn in some videos for our 100th episode. And next up, we have our special guest for our Sailor Moon episode at Keep It Kawaii, Miss Rachel. She sent us a little something, so let's go ahead and take a look at that.
Hey guys, it's Rachel. It's Keep It Kawaii. I was on the Sailor Moon episode with Party Up Podcast. I just wanted to hop on here and say congratulations, guys, for your 100th episode. You guys are killing it, and you're killing it quickly with a lot of hard things going on. I can't wait for your 200th episode. And here's to going on forever. You guys are awesome, and I love you so much.
Alrighty, so that was Keep It Kawaii. Our friend Rachel, who was an awesome person. We actually just met for the first time, thanks to John. And awesome time, awesome girl. Glad to have her as a special guest on the show. Hopefully we have her sometime soon again. But let's go ahead and move forward with the questions here. So friend from Gaming Access Weekly, Alina, and Twitter user at Princess in Pink asks, where do you stand on the leg washing debate? Do you scrub them, or are you on the side that believes that because the soap runs down you, that you don't have to? Katie, you are probably the cleanest out of all of us. So I'm going to let you take the lead on this one. Do you scrub them legs, or do you just let it run down?
So I have giraffe legs, for anyone that is not person. And when I was younger, I was lazy and believed that, I don't know, I believed that because the soap ran down that I didn't have to wipe them or wash them or anything. So I was a heathen. Now, as an educated adult, I now have come to reason. I have switched from a washcloth and my hands to a loofah, and I don't use bar soap. And I wash my legs and my feet. Because also, too, you want to exfoliate these fuckers because they get dry and ashy disgusting. So you might as well. You don't know what stuck to them. You don't know what you hit. You might as well just wash the whole thing while you're in there. Don't half-ass it. Literal and non-literal.
Jordan, do you have to double up on the Old Spice to cover your legs, or you just kind of let it run down, man?
Pretty much, absolutely.
It's going to be the running joke for at least another 2 episodes. Just accept it.
Yeah, you accept it.
Cool. As long as everybody's on the same page. No, I for the sole fact that like it's a lot like Katie said. When I was younger, really wasn't that educated as far as like believing that like soap just runs down to your legs and like, oh, that's considered cleaning. It's not. But like as I got older, like I put a lot of money into like my bed and bed sheets and things like that. So I really care about that as a construct. So like I have to have every part of me clean before I lay down in any regard.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah. John, you're probably the hairiest out of all of us. How do you fare as far as this argument goes?
Well, because of the hair. And that my legs aren't really necessarily that hairy, but they, yeah, no, I have to scrub them. I've always been a scrubber. I've always been like, my body needs to be clean. I go over my body like twice because I just feel like that's the way I am. Like I just need to clean.
You're such a dirty boy.
Dirty boy. I mean, like I'm a firm believer in cleaning my beard, and I'm a firm believer in cleaning. You know, the unmentionables, obviously, the easy to reach spots, but like, yeah, like you should absolutely be scrumping your legs. Like,
yeah,
I can't even believe that this is an argument people have. Like, I don't even like, I don't know. Like, yeah, whether it's a loofah, a washcloth, a bar of soap, whatever it is, get down there because trust me, your legs smell. Like, you know, and there's nothing better than like clean legs. You know what I mean? Like I just the way it is. Like I love it.
Yeah.
So, clean legs are sexy legs.
That's right. So clean your legs, and you're not a hobbit. Wash your feet. Sorry.
I like that.
You're not a hobbit. Yeah, right. Yeah, like just you're not a hobbit. Wash your feet. Sorry. I'll put it on a t-shirt, but It's true.
That's going to be in the new line of merch we're working on.
Right. You're not a hobbit. Wash your feet.
Yeah. Listen, I'm a big dude, right? And one of my things is I'm always very self-conscious about like what I look and smell like.
Yeah.
Especially smell because I don't want to be the big dude that smells. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like
I feel that.
I don't like to do that. So I always make sure shower, deodorant, cologne, and that I have a nice scent to me. So if I go in for a hug or I'm close to you, I don't smell like a beast. And part of that is understanding that if it's part of my body, it needs to get clean. It has it's sweat and dirt. And I wear shorts a lot of the time too. So I can tell you right now, there's dirt and dust and mud and whatever sweat from being outside that gets on my legs. Like, just having water run down you is not enough. You got to get in there. You got to scrub. And so my legs
Pay
are...
attention, con goers. Pay attention.
I never understood that either. So now that you brought it up, like, how can someone not wear... Like, listen, I get it if I got to run across the street real quick and come home. But, like, I'm talking about, like, a 2-minute trip out of my house where I'm not going to see anybody. Maybe I'll toss on a shirt, no deodorant, whatever. But, like, I shower and immediately put on deodorant and cologne because I'm not a fucking animal. Like, you know what
I am not a man. I am an animal.
So, yeah, I mean, listen, there shouldn't even be, like, a debate about washing your legs. Like, yeah, okay, we get it. Like we've said, like, you know, when we're younger, maybe we didn't really know the laws and the rules of cleanliness, but like we're all fucking adults, and if you're not scrubbing your body in its entirety, you need to take another fucking shower. Like,
go back
please.
in there, try again.
Try again, please. Like, I gotta scrub, man. Juan, what about you? You scrub. Please tell me you scrub.
Now that we've had this whole conversation saying you're an animal if you don't scrub, do you scrub?
Do you scrub?
Shower ever. No, of course I scrub. What?
He does nothing but pour Schweppes seltzer over his body and calls it a day.
That's it.
The bubbles will scrub me all the way down.
Yeah. I mean, listen, no, I scrub. I scrub every inch of my body. I will say I'm one of those people that only use I use 1 bar of Dove soap for everything, except for my hair. I have shampoo.
Right, you have shampoo for their hair.
Right.
Just 1 bar. That's it.
Yeah,
No
I mean,
shame.
whatever,
even if it's
whatever
just
cleans,
that,
cleans.
Yeah.
I mean, I have bar soap. I have body wash if I need it. I have a beard wash, a beard, conditioner. I have regular shampoo. Like, you walk into my bathroom and it looks like I have more products than most females do. You know what I mean?
Welcome to Beard and Body Works.
Yeah, well, seriously, that's what it feels like.
You know, I used to have a lot more when I had long hair a couple months ago, but
daily
now,
face wash, like its own bottle. You know what I mean? Like I do a lot of the my ears. My ears is something that I feel like I always have to wash.
Dude.
You know, like.
Man.
Yeah, exactly. Like, especially
big old holes. Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta clean
especially
them,
having holes there, you have to clean them.
You gotta.
I clean them even when I don't shower. I clean them like at least 4 times.
My holes aren't as big as yours, so I didn't really show them off. But
when I used to have mine, I was constantly cleaning them because it was just I couldn't stand the smell of the jewelry. After.
Yeah, exactly.
I had to.
Ear cheese is not something you want to be smelling on somebody. Like,
right, exactly.
No,
like even like because I have long earlobes too, so there's always like you got to make sure you get that back area.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
I mean, listen, you could smell good head to toe, but then somebody goes in for a hug and smells the ear cheese.
Yeah.
I've been
Tinder
there,
date is gone.
Let me ask you a question. This is also something that I.
Oh shit! Something came up. Sorry, I gotta take this.
I'm a big believer in at least wiping in, like putting some soap in the belly button, kind of scrubbing it in.
Oh yeah.
Okay, all right, good. Yeah, good. I'm glad everyone.
It's a big boy thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to. You gotta get in there.
Yeah, you gotta get in there.
Gotta get all the holes and crevices and creases and folds and.
Just in case, you never know.
Yeah, you never know. Man.
Right under the boobs, right there.
You know.
Okay, good question, Princess and Pink. Thank you. It seems like we all here at the Party Up podcast like to wash ourselves, so that's good.
Indeed.
We're pretty decent human beings.
Yeah.
Wouldn't agree.
So wear a mask, put the shopping cart back, and
Clean
scrub
yourself.
your fucking legs. Yeah. There you go. You smelly
Our list
shit.
of demands are getting higher and higher here as the show goes on. But...
Just John, here's your T-shirt. Second breakfast, wash your feet.
There's always room for second breakfast on the first.
Yeah, always room
You
for
only
second
get
breakfast.
second
Always
breakfast.
time to scrub your feet.
Yeah.
All right, guys, let's go ahead and move on. Thank you so much for that amazing question.
That's great.
We're going on. Twitter user at @TheChrisMX has actually two for us: Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat, or Mortal Kombat because I have a weird way of saying it, or Vampire
Myrtle.
or Lycan. Yeah, Myrtle. Yeah,
Myrtle
Beach.
Kombat is like old people, just like duking it out.
Yeah.
You know?
It's the
Myrtle
Golden
Beach.
Girls beat 'em up game that never came.
Yeah,
That never got
socks and
released.
sandals, and like their pants all the way up to their nipples. You know, like...
Geriatric Fight Club in Florida.
yeah. Mortal Kombat.
But yeah, we got some options here on the table, and I'm gonna be honest, guys. As much as I appreciated Street Fighter, specifically as an arcade game, not so much on console, I'm gonna have to side with Mortal Kombat here, and say that that's my favorite out of the two franchises. And if we're talking Vampire or Lycan, I've always been a big Vampire fan. Over the Lycan lore, so those are going to be my choices. I mean, they're just easy picks for me. So I don't know how you guys feel about this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who wants to go first?
I'll go.
Okay, good. Yeah, go for it.
So I have like my one brother. If anyone that doesn't know, I'm the oldest of 8 kids. So there are a lot of us. Yeah, it's insane. The one that's closest to my age is my brother. He's 3 years younger than me. And we had, for our PlayStation 1, we played Mortal Kombat for hours and hours and hours. And I'd get so pissed off because he would button smash. Because, of course, he was 3 years younger than me. He was a literal child while I was a child. So I would literally get so mad because he would button smash and beat me while I was trying to play strategically and learn the moves. But it was something that I distinctly remember having a great time doing over like the summer break and things like that. So 9 times out of 10, I do love Street Fighter. I think it's so much fun. But for just memories alone, Mortal Kombat is definitely up there for me. And vampires or Lycans, I have always been a vampire person, 110%. I love werewolves. I love Lycans. I love the idea and the lore. But vampires are sexy, and vampires just like seem so just... I like dark, brooding personalities. So I guess I'm just lost in that anyway. Lost on it.
All right. Fair enough. Jordan, what are your picks, man? Who you going?
As far as that, secret answer C, Soul Calibur. And
Soul Calibur is one of my favorites.
Yeah, it's good.
Stick to the question: Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat?
Pick one.
Jesus Christ! Okay,
This man asked us a question.
definitely.
He demands an answer.
Definitely Street Fighter. I was never into the massively, gruelingly violent. I had a bunch of friends who were like, "Oh, it's so crazy, great." And I don't care about that. No, Street Fighter, I really have a lot of love for it. As far as vampires and Lycans, I've always really liked vampires a lot more, because I don't know what a Lycan is. So,
well, if you can tell by the graphic, it is a werewolf, Jordan. I gave you visual aids.
yeah. Why is everybody so unhappy with how I answered this one?
It's one of two choices.
Yeah.
It's A or B.
You were so happy to hear me pleasuring a woman with an Old Spice bottle, but everyone's pissed off when I give my opinion about.
I'm offended.
This is different. This demands an answer.
Yeah, it demands one.
Yeah, right.
Juan, who you got? What team?
Cells,
What teams are you
opinions
on?
are overrated. As I've mentioned before in the past, I'm not a big fighting game guy. So like I've played these games, but I don't really have a preference.
Pick an answer.
If I had to choose, I'd say Street Fighter.
Okay.
Just because I enjoyed that game more. In terms of fighting games, though, like I would definitely say Bloody Roar. It's probably one of the only fighting games I ever enjoyed.
Yeah,
Very good.
Good one.
And then Vampires and Lycans, I gotta go with Vampires.
Hell yeah.
Being, immortality just sounds great.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Wow.
That's really it.
All right.
Well, they're both immortal, aren't they? Aren't Lycans immortal?
No.
Well, I mean, they can be killed, but if nothing kills them,
well, no, they can be hundreds of years old, but they do eventually die.
Yeah.
Oh,
like,
do they?
It just
Okay,
takes
all right.
them
I
like
didn't
a
realize
long
that.
time. Whereas
So they can be like
vampires
old
Yeah,
werewolves.
ancient
Like
werewolves,
okay,
yeah, stuff like that.
gotcha.
So,
Okay, all right.
All right.
I was curious about that. Okay.
Yeah. So
as far as I'm concerned, as a fighting game fella, I think my favorite both to watch and to play is Street Fighter. I enjoy watching, especially like Capcom, finals and stuff now. Street Fighter is definitely one of my favorites to watch. But I also would rather play it over Mortal Kombat. Not that I have anything against Mortal Kombat. I like Mortal Kombat, but the the movement is almost steeper in Mortal Kombat. Like everyone feels a little heavier, whereas Street Fighter, they almost feel how they look. Like there are heavy characters and there are light characters. I don't get that sense in Mortal Kombat. Everyone just feels like a fucking refrigerator. As far as vampires and Lycans. Oh man, I feel bad for the werewolves in this one because they didn't get no love. But yeah, I like vampires better. Like, I enjoy the lore. There's a lot more lore, I think, when it comes to vampires, and every vampire lore is different, and so you sort of like intake all of that stuff. Plus, I mean, fucking Dracula is fucking cool. You know what I mean? Like, Dracula is one of the coolest motherfuckers to ever grace the literary world and the cinematic world and the video game world. He's fucking everywhere. You know what I mean? Like, Castlevania wouldn't be a thing without Dracula.
Right.
Oh yeah.
And Castlevania is one of my favorite series of all time.
Yeah. True.
So yeah, I'm going vampire on that one.
All right. Wow.
Sorry, werewolves.
Yeah, split crowd on the fighting game, but vampires are everyone's
vampire
favorite.
takes it home.
Yeah. Damn. All right. Well, appreciate that question, Chris. We're going to go ahead and move forward. Actually, not only did he submit a video, but he also submitted a really good question. Special guest of the show, Robin, at Spectre Robin on Twitter, asks, why do you think that Square Enix won't make a follow-up to the Chrono series? Now, this I'm going to pitch to you, John, because you, again, are the professional.
Right.
What are your thoughts on this?
Well, they made Chrono Trigger and they made Chrono Cross.
Yes.
Chrono Trigger is obviously the one that everyone probably knows and remembers and has probably played at some point in their life.
Yeah.
If you haven't, you're missing out. It's a great game. One of the great JRPGs of all time. Chrono Cross, however, wasn't as good.
It was there.
It was there, but it was just sort of like, all right, whatever. If they're gonna make a follow-up, that's, I think, tough. Unless they do the Final Fantasy thing where it's just a bunch of new characters in their own universe and it's called Chrono Trigger because it has something to do with time travel. You know what I mean? Like, and they just weave a new story for us, which they won't do because everyone will be like, "Oh, it's a Chrono Trigger game, but it's not Chrono. What the hell's going on?"
Right.
I don't know. This is a tough question because, like, they could honestly make this into the Final Fantasy VII treatment, redo the whole game, give us the same story with updated, HD everything,
right?
And it would probably make a lot of money. I don't know if they'd ever make a follow up to this, but they could make an HD remake,
right? Well, I know that they did release a, I guess, not I wouldn't even say a remaster or a remake, but a re-release for the DS.
They re-released it, yeah, and they gave us a bunch of like scenes in between, where like very anime scenes in between, right, which was cool, and it was a great new playthrough for everybody that finally got to either new fans or old. Mm-hmm. But I think a full HD remake is not out of the question. But as far as a follow up to this story, I don't think it'll ever happen. I don't think Square Enix will ever do it. I just don't think it has the same pull.
Right. Yeah,
You know what I mean?
that
You know
was
what I feel
my-
happened with that game is that it's much like what I think the Monster Hunter series is, where it's a great game, it's a great series, people love it, but it's like very niche.
Yeah.
Like there's a very small community that loves it and would love to see a remake, but it wasn't successful enough to warrant another,
Right.
especially after the sequel. The sequel,
The sequel
like
bombed.
shit.
Chrono Trigger is a game that everyone should play, and once you do, you understand why JRPGs are so prominent in our culture.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it really is a great game. And that was for, what, Super Nintendo?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like that, it's that old. Like, even like Final Fantasy, the first one was on regular Nintendo. Like, there are games that go back that really are worth your time to play. And Chrono Trigger is definitely one of them, and it feels still like it could be made today the same way. But I think a fully EHD remake is not out of the question, but a follow-up ain't gonna happen because Square Enix knows there's no money in it.
Yeah.
With Final Fantasy, they change the game every time, so it's always new characters and it's
new
always new
story.
magic. You know, it's all the same like elements that we all know and love about Final Fantasy, but the stories are different. You can't do that with Chrono Trigger because Chrono was the fucking main character. It's called Chrono Trigger. You know what I mean? Like, you can't just make a new whatever. Final Fantasy, you could do whatever, you know?
It's like the Tales series.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. They didn't set Chrono up for that. You know what I mean? If they had called it Time Trigger, it might have been different. You know what I mean? Like, but they didn't.
Or
so.
just call it Chrono Trigger and not name
the character Chrono. Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. All right.
agree.
Any other opinions on this, guys? Nothing
It's on
across
my
the board.
backlog, so
Yeah. No, and honestly, you should get to it at some point. You'll love
Yeah.
it. I know you'll
Oh,
love it.
it's great.
Yeah.
Especially as like a someone who enjoys like who made what's the Three Houses game?
oh, Fire Emblem.
Fire Emblem.
Yeah.
Especially
I
because
love
you love Fire Emblem, you will absolutely love Chrono Trigger.
All right.
No, definitely a good game. But yeah, I have to agree. I just don't think that the fan base is strong enough for it to be monetarily viable for the company. Like, it's there. It's like, an old classic, but to bring it back probably doesn't make it. It's not a Final Fantasy VII, It's not. It's not up to that degree. But it's a good game. It's a classic game. But unfortunately, I don't think we're ever gonna see that happen. But all right, let's go ahead and move on. Mike V from Facebook presents to us his question: do you view Guillermo del Toro's aesthetic positively? And was there a folklore that you think would be better served or led by another director or an artist? Jordan, how do you feel about this one?
It's interesting. I'm a big fan of a lot of his work and everything. And what's interesting is that he once said, and yes, I'm rereading it only because I want to get the quote correct. He believes that production design as a whole should be meaning the entirety of a person's work should be considered eye protein rather than eye candy, which means, and it sounds really weird, but it is a way of viewing a piece of media that does something for you instead of doing something to you, if that makes sense. And in studying film and a lot of things like that, that's why I feel like a lot of his work I don't feel is something that should have an altered kind of situation. I don't feel that things that he has created in any way, shape, or form would or should even really be put into a different position by a different director or artist, because I feel like what he's done was specific to what he wanted and that vision.
Yeah.
So I short answer, no, I really don't think that should be changed in any sort of way. And that's I feel that that's a very positive thing about the aesthetic that he goes for.
Yeah, 100%. I feel like, he's one of those people that you can tell when he's at a hand in the work. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's a very unique style, very unique aesthetic. You think of other names like Tim Burton. When you see a film or something, a piece of art or something, you can tell it's by Tim Burton.
Style,
Exactly. And it's the same way with Guillermo del Toro, where, he's creating very, I want to go as far as say iconic visions, because you look at the films that he's been involved with and you don't see those styles of creatures and lores being presented the way they are from anybody else. So I mean, I personally am a huge fan of his stuff, and any movie that I've seen with him involved, I've visually been very pleased with how everything it looks. It's creative, it's unique, it's something that I guess like you quoted there, Jordan, isn't just eye candy, it's eye protein. It did something for me. Like I took it in and thoroughly enjoyed what I was seeing. So how someone can't enjoy his work, honestly, I personally don't see how that would be possible. He does a very good job with what he's presented thus far. So I think it's a very positive aesthetic, and I think that any folklore that he has handled, I think he's done a good job with so far. I don't see anybody else being able to present it the way that he has. So
I wholeheartedly agree. Like, Pan's Labyrinth is actually one of my most favorite movies of all time.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's the reason being the way that his style is, it's very immersive. It brings you into the universe.
Yes.
And sets the scene for you so that you are in it with the characters and you're experiencing it with the characters as they are. So you're feeling all the emotions, the way the lighting, the way that the special effects are. I literally sat there and watched, like, I have chills thinking about this. I watched like behind the scenes, like how they did the special effects makeup for Pan's Labyrinth, for Crimson Peak. Like, the visualizations of these movies are beautiful, and the imagery and the way in which he brings out like certain themes in each of his movies is just, it's phenomenal. And it's literally art, and I can't imagine. Did I go away? Oops.
No,
I'm still there. I can't imagine.
It's a great freeze frame, by the way.
Yeah, right.
I'm like, wait. I'm still here, right? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I can't imagine seeing anything depicted differently,
Yeah.
Right. All right. Juan, anything to contribute to this?
Honestly, no. And I feel like the dumb one here, because I don't really like follow film in terms of. Did we lose her?
No, she's
I'm still here. I'm just trying to get my.
I don't really follow film in terms of like directors. So like, if you ask me like who directed what, I wouldn't be able to tell you. But from the movies that I can remember seeing his name on, I can definitely agree that his aesthetic, or how they're wording it, is something that cannot be replicated or even made better by any other director, no matter the name. Like, everyone has their own. It's like with art. It's like you can't expect certain artists to be able to replicate the style of somebody else.
Right. Yeah.
As even as talented as they can be, even a replication artist, they're not going to have that like feeling and that like style and the soul that certain artists put into their work.
Right. Yeah. No, definitely agree with you on that.
My take on this is like, I love Blade 2, like Hellboy and Hellboy 2, like Pan's Labyrinth, Pacific Rim, like all these movies. His aesthetic is like no other, like in his own genre, like that fantasy horror. You know what I mean? Like, he really is good. But to be honest, he can go fuck himself when it comes to The Shape of Water. Fuck that movie. That fucking fish who fucks that girl is super weird. And he won a fucking Oscar for that movie. Get out of here. Fucking guy. Fucking fish. man fucks a woman, and he basically wrote fan fiction the movie, and he fucking wins an Oscar for it.
Oh,
Fish lives
my
matter.
God.
Fish lives matter. No, but still, like, seriously, like, all right, I'm glad that he won an Oscar. Like, that's great, but I just wish it wasn't for that. You know what I mean? Like, but hey, listen, it's just another reason that this whole world is one day that we will all be furries. I'm just saying.
Can't wait to
Every
dive
single
into
one,
that
every single one of us, because
Yep.
we all were super proud of him for making The Shape of Water and winning that Oscar. And now we know that everybody could be like, you know what? I'm kind of into this fish thing. I don't know about you, but I kind of now I want to see like a fox person go at it with something. You know, I'm just saying it's gonna happen.
Holy shit!
Oh man, I can't wait to dive into that episode.
Yeah, right.
Spoiler
I can't
alert.
Anyway, I really do like Guillermo del Toro. He really does some good stuff, and I'm really excited for his little stop motion Pinocchio movie that's coming to Netflix.
Yeah,
I think that's next year. I am really excited.
Yeah,
about.
I'm
He's
excited.
good, and honestly, I don't think anyone else could have done Hellboy, and that was proven true when they tried to remake Hellboy without him, and it fucking tanked.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So
Terrible.
he's awesome.
His new Pinocchio movie is going to be called The Shape of Wood.
That's it.
Oh man, The Shape of
So-
Wood. All right.
Just saying.
On
That's my 2 cents.
All right. On that note, since Juan's got jokes, this next one's actually going to be for you specifically, Juan. So our friend Ace M from Facebook, she asks, High School of the Dead boob physics, but for big guys. Would you watch it and why? Yeah, just nodding, just silent.
I just don't understand the for big guys part.
Well,
I think it's
look at
instead
the
of
graphic.
girls having
just look at the graphic. It's Zoidberg going.
yeah.
Animated by High School of the Dead. Okay.
It's me
I get the
shirtless
question
doing
now.
the shuffle truffle for 20 minutes in lingerie.
Well, there would be some kind of gun battle in it too,
Right.
But it would be.
And like everything would have to separate on its own, and you'd have to like sit there and like
Yeah.
matrix it, and it would be like pew pew pew. Oh,
Yeah. You'd have
Video
the
of
gun
Eric
like
doing that, but with a shirt on.
yeah. And your shirt just molds
It's
to your
the jump
body.
rope video. I don't know if you remember that.
A what?
The jump rope video. I still have that.
There's a video of me
Slow
jump
motion.
roping in slow motion. It is the most hypnotizing thing you'll ever see.
Just High School of the Dead boob graph. Just
yeah, right. Oh my god.
Oh man, I love how
So it's-
instantly we're all just like,
oh yeah, absolutely would
Yes.
watch it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
absolutely.
Hell yeah.
I love that.
I don't even think this is a unanimous answer. We could just move on to the next one. Yes,
Yeah.
we would watch it.
Yes,
Yes,
all right.
100%.
There you go.
Thanks, Ace.
Honestly, I
and
wish
why?
the show
Because
would've
it
never been
exists.
canceled.
You're right.
Great show.
I just need one season of like 12 episodes at 20 minutes apiece, and
Yeah,
and I'll be satisfied.
absolutely.
Yeah, let's do it.
Absolutely.
All right. All right, so we're going to come across now our final set of submitted questions. But before we do that, our good buddies over at Level 857 have decided to grace us on our 100th episode with a couple of kind words. So let's take a look at that.
Congratulations to the Party Up podcast for 100 episodes. That's a lot of episodes. I had the honor of being on that show. It was a lot of fun. Keep up the good work. It's fucking awesome.
Congratulations, brother.
Congrats, man.
Hell yes.
Wishing you 100,000 more episodes.
Damn right.
Absolutely.
Shout out to our boy, Some Beardy Love.
Shock. That was awesome.
Yeah, it's
I love
super
Yo,
awesome.
those guys sing my name all the time. Anytime I'm on that show, there's so beardy to love.
Yeah, it is the
They
best,
love it.
man. Love those
They love it.
dudes. Always a pleasure having them on. And maybe one day they'll have us on their show, and
Hell yeah.
it'll be a fiasco.
Yeah.
But all right, guys, this is the last set of
Okay.
submitted questions, and there's some interesting ones here. We got right now a Twitter user at Curls Rivera asking, "Does water taste different in different places or brands?" Juan, you being the seltzer connoisseur that you are, and the main water drinker here, what say you?
Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
All right, moving on.
It's not even in question. It doesn't matter where you go. The water always tastes different. There's different content, especially per state. And then bottled water, there is 100% a difference. You ever tried to taste Dasani over like Poland Spring?
Yes.
It's a huge difference.
Big difference.
Yeah.
I mean, personally, I just drink tap water in a refillable gallon jug because I have no regards for my health.
Give me them BPMs, baby.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
You have a built-in filter in your body. Why would you buy filtered water? Yeah, no, 100%. It tastes different everywhere, and it's just different contents that are either, if you're watching your health, it's things are better for you.
Yeah, yeah, I have to agree. Water tastes way different, place to place, brand to brand. It's weird. It's weird to me that scientifically we were always taught that water has no scent or taste. Like water is tasteless, but that is a fucking lie. They have lied to us for centuries. Water does have a taste, absolutely.
It tastes like water. Like that's.
But
Yeah,
water
I'm
tastes
sorry.
different.
I'm so sorry. I just wanted to be the one to say this, and then anyone else could talk. Water tastes like its temperature.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. 100%.
Yeah.
Hot water tastes different than cold water, and if you're overboiled and you're drinking cold water, it just hits different.
Yeah,
It does.
100%.
Absolutely.
And you know
I
what?
need to go.
Except Dasani. Dasani
You
just
need to
tastes
go?
like ass all the time.
I need to go because my head hurts now. I'm just sitting here thinking of all the times that I've had water at different temperatures, and I'm just like, wait a minute.
Yeah, that's what it tastes like.
That's the meme. It's like
Room water, like room temperature water tastes different than cold water.
Yeah, no, 100%. I don't fuck with room temperature water, but I don't. If it's not on the brink of
Katie.
freezing, I won't drink it. I cannot.
Yeah.
I can't. My wife
I think we
drinks.
broke Katie.
Like, yeah, I think she's done. She's done. Her brain is now working at the same efficiency as her Discord connection, and it's fucking on.
I'm having a crisis.
Right?
Somebody help! She wasn't ready
What's
for
your
this
favorite-
level of discussion.
What's your favorite brand of water?
Ooh.
Oh,
Now that we're talking about different flavors.
Smart water,
I
baby, baby.
love smart water.
I love smart water.
I'm either a Poland Spring guy, or to be completely honest, just because it's usually cheaper and it's what we have at work, like the 7-Eleven store brand water.
Yeah.
Honestly, ice cold, like right out of a cooler, ain't that bad. It's not that
Yeah.
bad. So
I guess my
some-
usual go-to if I have to buy is probably Poland Spring.
yeah.
But like I said, I literally just keep my gallon jug and I just refill
Yeah.
from the tap.
You
I
gotta
think
get your,
Poland Spring's my go-to, but now
You know,
listen.
I also drink so much water that it's kind of expensive
Yeah.
after a while. I
Yeah.
drink
If I'm
a
going
gallon plus a day, so
if I'm going for like ultimate bougie, like I want some water, like it hits different, like I need that water taste. No offense to anybody else, but I've been digging Liquid Death, and it is
I
fucking
bought
great water.
What is
Yeah,
it?
fantastic.
it's water.
It is
It's pH level water.
It's pH level
the
water.
Alps.
It's yeah, exactly. From the Alps, they can it. It's fucking great. It's
Really?
ice cold in a can. It just hits
They're
different. It's
sparkling?
so good.
Yeah, I think
they have a
that's the
sparkling water
one,
too, yeah.
I think
They
that's the
do.
only
I
brand
bought.
I've ever
Last
had.
time I bought from them, I bought like 7 cases.
Yeah. And if you sell your soul to the company, they'll send you a free case of water. So.
Oh,
Ha,
Sick.
did that already.
Yeah,
Need a
that's
soul in order to sell one.
Yeah,
I win.
That's
I
true.
win in that agreement.
they literally didn't buy anything from me.
yeah.
Yeah, no, they didn't really check. They just said sign here. Sell off your soul. They didn't check if you had one.
They didn't check if you had one or if you previously sold it to somebody else.
Right. I'm still waiting for that.
No, but honestly, like, yeah, I think if that's if I'm being, super bougie. But like, Poland Spring or just tap water is fine with me. Like, I drink out of the tap all the time, especially living in New York. Like, New York City has like the best tap water.
Yeah, I mean, listen, the pizza and the bagels here don't taste better because of any other reason but the water. It's the water.
It's because of the water that we use.
Because you go out of state and ask them for a fucking bagel, and it tastes like shit. So
it tastes like white bread.
Cardboard. It's disgusting.
It's white bread. They're breadgills.
Breadgills. It's like Brooklyn style pizza in Connecticut, and it just.
Yeah.
No, this is Connecticut style pizza.
That's the only reason why it's like top shelf. Yeah.
All
Good
right,
question,
so,
Curls.
Good question. The answer is yes to all of it. All right, moving forward, we're going from a great discussion on water to Bobby A on Facebook asking, best film trilogy of all time. What do we got, guys? Jordan, what do you think? What would be your choices?
Well, it's my personal choice, not only because of what I enjoy personally, but also because it set the chain of events for literal historic movies to move forward, is the Iron Man trilogy. That set in place what people consider like very nerdy movies that moved forward and broke a lot of boundaries as far as what graphics can do, what VFX can do, what a lot of movies could do. Because, like, think about it for a second, and I love to bring up this whenever we talk about like superhero movies. Before Marvel became this titan of a before the Marvel, cinematic universe came to be, how many people were talking on the day-to-day? I know, like, us, because we're into nerdy pop culture like that. How many people on the day-to-day were talking about fucking Black Panther? How many of them were talking about Thanos? Now I could walk out on the street and because Endgame was such a freaking hit, and ask who Thanos is. He's in memes. He's in, like, people who don't know shit about comic books and anything like that know about these characters now, which I think was a real historic things for not only movies, but like nerdy stuff and things like that, superhero movies. And it all began with Robert Downey Jr.'s, the Iron Man, movie.
Sure.
The trilogy, I just picked that as a trilogy because I really like the Iron Man movies. Like, he's my favorite character. So, like, that's why I picked that. But
all right.
Yep.
I'm just going to jump in because I want to pose a question on this question. Mm-hmm. When you think of best film trilogy, right?
Right.
It's got to be that all three of them really hold up, right? Like, all three of them are good, because there's a lot of film trilogies where the third one fucking drops like a goddamn rock. Looking at you, Spider-Man. You know what I mean? Like, there are the Godfather.
Right.
Fuck you, third movie. You know what I mean? Like, there are, like, I'm talking about, like, I feel like if you're gonna take in, like, you can't even bring in the Terminator, which has the first two movies, and then the third one falls off the face of the earth. Right. You know what I mean? Like, so I feel like when you're going to answer this, you got to take that into consideration. Like, does the third movie still hold up?
To piggyback off of that, if I had it my way, my top three would be Underworld Revolution, and Rise of the Lycans, and nothing else.
Hey, there you go. That's a great trilogy.
That's a good
I'm like, only three movies that matter, and they're all fantastic. And that's what I grew up on, and that's why I have a crush on Kate Beckinsale.
You and everybody else.
Yeah. All right.
Like I think if I'm gonna pick one, I mean probably the original Star Wars, Indiana Jones, Evil Dead, maybe. I don't know. There's so many. There are good ones that have a third one that hold up.
Right.
Right.
But I feel like a lot of them, like, yeah, this is a great trilogy, and everyone knows these trilogies, but because the third one kind of sucks, it almost drops off half of the, the trilogy itself.
Right.
You mentioned Star Wars, so can we, like, ignore, like, certain sequels that aren't technically sequels?
Yeah,
well, if we're talking, here's the thing: is that they are they are three different trilogies. There's the originals, there's the prequels, and then there's the post, originals or whatever they're fucking called.
Right.
So to
I was
me,
gonna say the Terminator trilogy.
okay, yeah, because Terminator 3. It's kind of. I mean,
there's
it
like
depends if you
7
like it or
movies
not.
past Terminator 3.
Well, okay, but right, exactly. So but the first trilogy is what made the rest of those things happen.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like you could say the first original. Like if you're the prequels fan, like as a human being, you actually like the prequels more than the originals. That's fine, whatever. But you're wrong. Anyway, that's a trilogy that you would pick. You know what I mean? Like you're a prequels fan. You know, like even though there's 9 plus movies, there's 10, 10 or whatever movies for Star Wars.
My answer is Terminator, the original trilogy.
Okay.
Yeah, that's something that I wanted to go ahead and bring up too, is the whole fact, like, there originally were trilogies, and then through the years there's a 4th or maybe 5th, or like in the Star Wars situation, there's 6 others, which considered 2 separate trilogies. So what do you really consider a trilogy? I'm gonna go out and say that hands down, one of the best trilogies have to be the Madagascar movies. I mean, artistically speaking, they are just.
I mean, I was gonna say Shrek because Shrek 1, 2, and 3 are fucking gold.
Yeah, Shrek is definitely a favorite. Madagascar a favorite. But if I had a serious answer, I have to say Indiana Jones, the original. Since we're not gonna count like anything, like in like the present,
right? It's just the trilogy, right?
Yeah, the trilogy original. Indiana Jones was the shit, man. Like that was a fucking trilogy that really I felt just held up. So that I would have to say best for me would be anything involving Indiana Jones. So
like I have a bunch of joke ones that I would definitely pick, like Naked Gun was great. Like Shrek movies are fucking phenomenal. Definitely on my top. But yeah, I think it would be a toss-up between Indiana Jones and the original Star Wars trilogy. So like A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi.
Butterfly Effect.
But yeah, I think
the fact that there was more than one of those is kind of terrible.
It reminds me of the time we went to 7-Eleven one, and I saw a Final Destination
DVD bin.
Yeah, like the $5 DVD bin, and it was just like, what the fuck, another Final Destination? I'm like, aren't there like fucking 9 of those? Why do we have 9 Final Destinations? And he's like, well, this one is 6.
7-Eleven, and in the discount DVD bin, we saw the DVD for Wrong Turn 7.
A Wrong Turn, that was it. That was the one.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, there's more than 2 of these?
Yeah, right?
It's like, what the fuck is this? Talk about straight to
I
DVD.
mean, I was also a huge fan of the Hannibal Lecter trilogy. Like, Silence of the Lambs, Hannibal, and Red Dragon are really great movies.
Right.
Fantastic.
Yeah, man, the original trilogy of the dead, Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead,
right,
from Romero. I mean, there's
a decent list of trilogy sets that have been
really
good. Yeah. So I mean, best of all time. That's
tough. That really is a tough question.
Yeah.
Because again, like you really have to take that third movie, and even the second movie. Sometimes the second movie sucks, and the third one brings it back up. Like you got to think about how all those movies are juggled. So yeah. Good question. Really good question.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So let's go ahead and move forward from here. Well, we also have seen a video submission from this special guest, Rachel at Keep It Kawaii on Instagram, and she brings to us her question: what is your favorite flavor and type of slushy drink? So you're talking about Slurpees, daiquiris, margs, ices, anything from Taco Bell. This one, Katie, you're the snack professional on the show. what would be your favorite type of slushy drink to accompany your bowl of whatever you typically eat?
Oh my god, you mean like my garbage diet? Okay, yeah, for sure. I anywhere but Taco Bell, it's always a blue raspberry slushie.
Okay.
Always. Taco Bell, it's always the Baja Blast Freeze.
There you go.
But anywhere else, if I'm at the movies, if I'm at 7-Eleven, if I'm at Wawa, hello Jersey people, if I'm anywhere, I have blue raspberry slushies. End of story.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. To be completely honest, blue raspberry is hands down my top flavor. The only closest flavor to that is cherry. So yeah, that's definitely, and yeah, if you're not getting the Baja Blast Freeze from Taco Bell, then why are you even there? I mean, besides tacos, you know.
Exactly.
So yeah, There was another brand that I was trying to think of. I'm not sure if it was Icy, because I know that they have that polar bear mascot, but there was another brand that had like the droopy dog style mascot. I don't know if you guys remember this.
Yes. Who was that? That was.
And I can't remember what the fuck name of the.
Oh my god!
But you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, he's got like the little beanie, like the winter beanie, and the floppy ears. Looks like droopy.
It was Snow something, SNO, and then some kind of. Right?
I don't even know. Honestly, I couldn't think of it.
Snow cone or something.
You're pulling it out of my subconscious.
Yeah,
I will figure it out.
Jordan's feverishly typing and.
I want to know what this is now.
Right, but it does. It pulls something out of your brain because you're like, yeah. I knew I wasn't the only one here. I knew I wasn't.
Slush puppy.
Suffering. Slush puppy. Yes.
Slush puppy.
Okay.
Yo, that's it.
Slush puppies hit different. They were great.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That is a nostalgia trip favorite.
Yeah.
Like if I ever see a slush puppy machine,
do you know? Okay, I'm gonna give away a huge thing here because most people don't know this, but there was a slush puppy freezer thing that it comes.
Yes.
Yeah, in a pouch. It's a slush puppy pouch, and you put it in the freezer, and it doesn't get fully hard as in like an ice does. It just makes it slushy, and you can drink it right out of the pouch.
Right.
It's fucking brilliant. I don't know who came up with this shit, but it's awesome. Obviously, the slush puppy people did, but
right. No, it's great. I just got distracted because I just see Juan. You said it doesn't get fully hard, and Juan just went. I have a joke for that. We're adults, I swear.
I'm a big fan of going to 7-Eleven and getting a Slurpee. I'm a huge Slurpee fan.
Yeah, especially on free Slurpee
obviously, day. I love like daiquiris and frozen margaritas or whatever.
Yeah,
but like
frozen Mars. Let's fucking go.
Yeah, for real. If I'm gonna do this,
pineapple flavored slushy, any kind of drink, basically like my favorite. Pineapple flavored anything is fucking great.
Yeah.
But if I'm going to 7-Eleven, I'm usually going for like the classic Coke slushy.
I do the same thing, but I mix it with a cherry, so I get a cherry Coke.
Cherry Coke, yeah.
That's what I do. Yeah.
It's something about like half frozen Coke that just doesn't. I don't know. It's not like. But if it's half frozen cherry Coke, it's a completely different thing.
Yeah, well, that's why I mix it with the cherry. It makes it a little better. But honestly, if I see blue raspberry, like if I see blue anything,
right.
I'm like, give me the blue thing. Give me whatever that blue thing is.
Yeah. What flavor do you want? I don't know. Just give me the blue one.
Give me the blue one.
Yeah.
Whenever I go to like a Mexican restaurant. And they go, oh, we have frozen margaritas. I was like, do you have a blue one? They go, yeah, we have a blue one. I was like, give me the blue one.
Give me the blue one. Yeah. But if you know the blue flavor,
you can call it by the name. No. If it's a slushie, you can call it by the name.
Yeah.
Right.
Any other drink, just colors.
That's Gatorade rules right there. Actually, if a person tells you what Gatorade they want and they say a name instead of a color, it's a cop. Stop talking to them.
Yeah. 100%. So what color do you enjoy, Jordan?
Oh, well, it's interesting because like I as far as slushies go, like I'm so like multifaceted with that. Like of course blue kicks the shit out of all of them, obviously.
Yeah.
I went in the more alcoholic direction because like when I go on vacations and stuff like that, I will get what is called sex on the beach, which is
Hell yeah.
Okay.
every single tropical drink, cranberry, peach, pineapple, combined, slushed together into this amazing goddamn drink. It's so wonderful. And you can get them virgin too. It doesn't have to, but it's usually served with vodka. And it's good as fuck. It's so goddamn good.
Yeah, it's very good. Yeah.
So-
agreed. All right, so we have blue and sex on the beach. That's pretty much.
Basic, yeah.
Those are our
Sorry.
top choices across the board.
I'd say that's pretty top.
Yeah,
Top
Yeah.
tier.
top tier, absolutely. All right, let's move on. We actually only have 2 more left on the
Wow.
on the submitted questions, and then we're gonna get a little into our own questions, which is going to be really fun. So let's move on. Our most recent special guest, Dave at dpotus on Twitter, asks us, "What's your favorite beat 'em up game?" And of course, this goes for either arcade or otherwise. Now, John, you mentioned beat 'em up games a little earlier.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So, what are some of your favorites?
Oh Lord, this is a tough question because there are so many. This was like my type of game when I was growing up. I love beat 'em ups. My ultimate favorite of all time is Streets of Rage 2 because I used to play as Skate, and Skate was awesome. Fucking loved Skate. Skate felt to me like he was like, for no reason, he never talked, but he just felt like the Dave Chappelle of video games for some reason. Like that's just how I pictured Skate. Love Skate. So Streets of Rage 2, Castle Crashers, now the new Streets of Rage 4, the newest one that just came out, is brilliant and wonderful. There was an old one called Cadillacs and Dinosaurs that I used to love. The Punisher game was a beat-em-up game. It had him and Nick Fury. It was awesome. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles in Time. The X-Men arcade game. I can go on for fucking ever. This is like Battletoads, and I can't wait to play the new one.
The new one.
Fucking Golden Axe and Golden Axe 2. They were great. Shit, I can go on forever. Fuck.
Again, you take mine.
Right? Like the Simpsons arcade game. The Simpsons arcade game was a beat 'em up game. That was great.
Oh, wow, yeah, you're
Hell yeah.
right. Holy shit.
Yeah.
I remember playing those, huh?
Scott Pilgrim, the arcade game. That game was a beat 'em up game.
You gotta stop taking my answers. You gotta
I'm
stop
sorry. They're so good. They're my favorite line of video games
John's
of all
got
time.
a Rolodex
Sorry,
just
I'll
ready
shut
on
up
his
now.
desk. Like, I got this one and this one and this
No,
one
no,
and this
no.
one.
Yeah,
He's
no, go
doing-
ahead. I'll stop answering because I'll keep
John's
going.
doing the Animaniacs country song.
United States, Canada, Mexico, Panama, Haiti, Jamaica, Peru.
That's just beat 'em up game titles. That's all he's doing right now.
X-Men Scott Pilgrim and Dungeons and Dragons and Streets of Rage 1 and 2. Battletoads Double Dragon.
Oh my god.
Friggin' perfect.
Oh,
Please. We need that. We need that recorded and posted.
Final Fight, River City Ransom.
Yeah, I'm gonna,
Cadillacs and Dinosaurs, Knights of the Round Table, Captain
That's it.
Commando, it's all.
That's it. That's gonna be a clip of just John in a college graduation gown with the hat and the pointer, and he's just gonna be naming off beat 'em up games.
King of the Dragons, Altered Beast, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
It's perfect.
God, I'm sorry. I'll stop.
Now that John's taken the
Captain
entire
America
list-
and the Avengers? No, sorry.
What is your
was all my
third
answer.
favorite,
I'm so
Jordan?
sorry.
Since he took your first two, what is your third favorite game?
Maximum Carnage? Come on, there.
Can you
I can't stop.
Somebody
I
beat
can't
him
stop.
up.
These are all great. Mute me now.
I wanted to say Maximum Carnage, so now you really have to.
Oh my god! You took all
You have
three.
taken- I don't know how you took 3 of mine, but it was amazing. And no, I'm just gonna say right now, I'm still keeping my answers. Golden Axe, still amazing. My favorite thing, even from as a kid, Rise from Your Grave. Fucking that shit that takes me places.
Yeah,
just
Altered
hearing
Beast,
that.
man.
And Altered Beast, absolutely. But more more to the point, I think Battletoads as well, because and also just had so much fun. I won't bring up the show, but had just so much fun getting to play those again with John on the show he used to do. It was all beat 'em ups, and we got to play fucking Battletoads together, and it was amazing. We fucking fucked up on the speeder bike level so bad.
Yeah, we did.
But it was,
we had a really bad controller for that, which
we
sucked,
did,
but,
yes.
Yeah. But yeah, we also played that show. We also played the Avengers game, Captain America and the Avengers.
Yeah,
because it was our road to Marvel. That was our big thing. It was a road to Endgame. Anyway,
really good goddamn.
So what
good
I'm
time.
hearing essentially is that you two are going to resurrect an idea, and we're going to call it Beat 'em Ups with Beardy and Jordan. And it's just going to be you two playing beat 'em up games from.
I love it. Dude, I could play beat 'em ups all day long.
We should fucking play beat 'em ups, dude. Absolutely.
I love beat 'em ups.
Not even for the show. Just let's play beat 'em ups.
Just in general. Dude, Streets of Rage 4 is multiplayer online. I'm just saying.
Let's go. Let's go. We're playing Streets of Rage.
There we go. Juan, do you have a favorite beat 'em up game?
It's probably a tie between Captain Commando and the X-Men game.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
I really honestly
I was more of a
forgot
shoot 'em up
X-Men
guy.
had
Metal
that.
Slug.
Metal
Slug was
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Alien Hominid.
Yeah.
The people who made Castle Crashers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Originally on Newgrounds.
That's right. Oh my god.
Wow. What
that
a throwback.
Newgrounds.
Yeah. Not to be confused
these
with
kids don't know.
Nude Grounds. That was
That's very different. Yes.
Yeah. That was a type of
That was their adult channel, right?
Yeah, it was. NEWD, yep.
Send
Katie,
them.
what about you? What yeah, he's got the side. Yeah. Send him the nudes. What do you like as far as beat 'em up games, Katie?
So I'll honestly take about anything. I definitely know that my game of choice when I'm drunk is Marvel vs. Capcom. Because whenever I go to Barcade, I'm like, now we have to do this right now.
Wait, the first or the second one?
First one.
Nice. Best one.
Yes.
I'm a second one personally, but
Get out of here. All right. Anyway, so
there's just more characters.
Between that one and then I'll go with my first one I ever played was Bushido Blade for PlayStation 1, which was like a samurai fighter game. And they did have like a storyline, but I played it with my brother, so it was fun.
So you didn't get the story.
Yes.
That was a good game. But these are different. Those are fighter games. You're giving us fighter games. Beat 'em ups are different.
Why'd you gotta add her like that, John?
I want a beat 'em up title.
Why'd you add her like that, man?
Don't be a purist.
I was gonna let the listeners
I'm not
do
really
that.
a purist. It's okay.
Oh
Right?
my god.
Well, I didn't want them to do that to her. That's why I was like jumping on the bandwagon here.
Well, I'm sorry, you named all of them, so I had
I
none.
did.
Yeah,
I
so she had to jump genres. Yeah, she had to jump on that
Oh my
one.
god.
One that John did mention that is actually my top favorite beat 'em up is Turtles in Time. That was a game that I just fucking love. Like another Super Nintendo classic, and I love playing the shit out of the game over and over again. I love that game so much. I invested in the Turtles Tournament Fighters. But that was a fun game too. But yeah, Turtles in Time was my top favorite beat 'em up game.
Famous in the Chuck E. Cheese arcade.
Yeah, it was.
Jordan has
Turtles in
visited
Time was
many
great.
Chuck E. Cheese. All right.
Oh yeah.
So we're gonna go on now. I guess since everyone, John said everybody's favorite beat 'em
Well,
up game.
since I named like 90 of them,
Yeah,
that
I think all ground is covered on this one. So we appreciate that.
I got
Dave. Thank
excited.
you.
I'm sorry, I got excited.
Thank you for the question, Dave, and thank you for being a special guest on our most recent episode. All right, we're going into the final submitted question from friends and listeners. And this one actually comes from our good friends over at the Fake Professionals podcast, which also includes Mario and Sam. You can find them on Twitter at Fake Profesh. And they ask, mainly to me and to John, but this can obviously be answered by everybody here on the panel. What is the greatest thing you've learned from episode 1 to episode 100 of creating or working on a podcast? I mean, listen, man. If we're gonna end this with a serious question, I'm gonna give a serious answer. The number one, there's two main things that I've learned in the process of doing, not just this show in the past, but doing this show from episode 1 to 100, is it's two main things. One, that it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of time, and it will push you creatively every time you try to put out something new, something not that was not last week. You know what I'm saying? It's doing this is way more intensive than I thought when I first started this. I said, hey, I can get behind a mic, I can put together a show, whatever. And as we continued forth, it was just like, well, what's going to be the new idea? What's going to be, the next topic we discuss? How much work am I going to need to put in to research this or to put together this or that? So yeah, it's very much so not just a labor, but it is a labor of love. I do have to admit and say that. But there's a lot of work and time and effort that goes into producing any sort of content. So my hat goes off to anybody that does this like big time professionally, because you look at the streamers, you look at other podcasters, you look at other people that do this kind of thing, and you think, well, how hard could it be? I could do that too. And that initially was the thought, and now it's just kind of like, damn, like I definitely dove into a deeper pool than I thought it was. But the second thing that I've learned, and probably maybe even more so important than the first, is the main reason I haven't drowned in that pool is because of the team that I've surrounded myself with. And as I stated at the beginning of all of this, if it wasn't for John, Juan, Katie, Jordan, everyone here that has been a part of this and a part of Party Up and has helped me continue on with producing the show, I would have drowned in that pool a long, long time ago. So not just the realization of how much work there is to do and actually getting it done, it also comes down to having a solid team behind you to help carry you week by week, month by month, episode by episode, in bringing something new, something creative, something different, and something that we enjoy. I mean, as many times as I've vented and said, fuck this computer, and I'm tired of doing this fucking editing, and all this bullshit happens, and whatever it is, or something falls through, or whatever it is, as many times as I said that, I've definitely said more so how much I enjoy doing this. Hanging out with my friends and bullshitting about the shit we love to do. Watch anime, play video games, watch the most awful, terrible movies in the world, talk about all the pop culture stuff that we know and love. And it's honestly those are the two most important things that I've learned from the beginning to now, and that I know I'm also going to be learning a lot more as we move forward because of the new way we're looking to do things and the more content we're looking to bring to everybody out there. I know that this is the tip of the iceberg. Everything I've learned up to this point is just the beginning. So yeah, I mean, it has been a wild trip, and I thank you guys for being there with me and doing all of this, and for being here today. And I know, John, you definitely had to have learned a few things along along the way.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things. Like everything you said is exactly also right. Like those are the things. Like if you're setting yourself up for a new podcast, like know that there will be times of strife and pressure and all that stuff. Like, but the one thing I learned through that, even though I didn't do as much, like obviously I didn't do a lot of the editing. Like Derek has taken care of all that stuff. But even just like, don't stress because it makes for an awkward show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like always take that time to relax beforehand. Never stress out. Like we all know each other, so like you're obviously like if you're starting a new one, you're probably doing it with your friends. And
Or
so
by
that's a
yourself.
key.
Yeah.
Or by yourself.
Yeah.
And that's a key thing is to trust yourself, trust your comedy, trust your just your presence on the microphone. Don't worry so much about how it sounds because that's what editing is for. And you can make, you know what I mean? Like if you say something stupid, cut it out.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like if you say, we've done it 100 times. So like that kind of stuff can be taken care of in post. And it's important to not get so frustrated with yourself. I think, and that's definitely something that I learned. Also, like, if you really want to do this, if this is your passion, like it is for all of us, like when we do this, don't give up. Like there will be trying times, as Derek said, and don't give up on it. Like, yeah, we took breaks, and that's different, but like. And even Derek said, like, I've wanted to give up. I've wanted to not do this, but like he had people like urging him even just the hosts, like just me and Juan or me and Katie or me and Jordan, like we were always just like, no, let's keep going. I like this. This is fun. Like don't give up because then you're here. We're at 100 episodes. That's fucking great. You know what I mean? Like, and I know people that have done, podcasts that have hit 500 episodes and that's fucking great. Like, but it's like, so don't give up on those dreams if you have them. Like, really, really invest your time and your money, and yes, and that will happen. But it's worth it. I had a lot of fun. These 100 episodes have been fucking awesome. I love it.
It has been a wild trip, and Jordan, you've been the newest one to join us on this wild trip. So, in the short time that you've been with us. Besides exposing you and your sex life, have you learned anything from being with us here on the show?
I definitely have. It goes a lot into what John just said, honestly, and it goes a lot into what John himself has been teaching me since we have met and making content in a general sense, which is, you always stay true to what it is that you're doing, and you always, if this is your passion, you don't give up or you don't let go. You can edit something in post, or you can try it again another time. Like, give yourself an opportunity to understand that no, you can make the content that you want to make. And I'll admit this right now, in beginning with this show and everything, and I mean, I Juan's super cool. I've spoken with Katie a few times. That's shoes to fill. That's people who were here before you that you're fucking, you're coming after. And there's people who are going to like certain people on a show that they've gotten used to more than, maybe they'll like what you have to say and everything. But I think it took our most recent episode in talking about everything with Black Lives Matter and a lot of just everything going on in the world and everything, for me to know truly, you fucking always, if it means something to you and if it's true to you, you fucking say it, you do it. It doesn't matter what the situation is. I began that episode, our most recent one, saying, if you don't agree with what the hell we're saying right now, maybe you're not the audience for the, and I'm not saying I can make that decision. I just got here. What I am saying ultimately is, if it's true to you and if it's what you want to do and it's the shit that makes you the happiest in life, you do it. And you don't question yourself. You don't let yourself be held back by constant doubts and shit like that. If it's on your mind to do it, that's what the fuck you do. Record it, do your podcast, start your YouTube channel, get the fuck out there and create something.
Hell yeah, man. Absolutely. Juan,
Awesome.
you were an OG here at the show, man. Like you definitely were one of the people that like supported this idea and you ran with it. So in your time with us, man, and I know you in the future too, you're looking to stream and do a bunch of stuff. Any lessons that you've learned that you want to express with anyone listening or watching?
Just be open with your ideas. Just through talking with you and John and Katie, and anyone we've come into contact, even the fans and everything through the show, there's so many different ideas out there, so many different points of views, and like John will be like, "Oh, the book's better," and then
Fuck you.
everyone has something different to say, and there's always an audience for it.
Right.
So don't be afraid. Just put your idea out there. Someone's gonna listen. Someone's gonna, partake and view or listen to whatever content you have out there. So don't be afraid. Just put it out there. Be yourself. Don't try to fit into a mold of what you think this our community is. There is no one way to be a gamer. There's no one way to be a nerd. There's no one way to be into anime, fashion, food, books, nothing. Just be yourself and just do it. That's it. That's all it is.
Hell yeah, man. Absolutely agree, man. Absolutely. And I guess to wrap this question out, Katie, I mean, listen, you've been creating content with John in the past. You've done the show here with us. You do your own thing. What lesson have we helped you learn anything on this show, or maybe you learned something through another outlet that has helped you with what you do, and maybe it can be words of advice to anybody out there?
I often have a lot of issues with burnout, and I have a lot of trouble with learning how to pace myself and learning when to take breaks for myself and when it's okay to say, hey, I'm tired, not today. And it can make you feel really guilty at first when all you want to do is just shell out content, create content, because there are people that listen, people that watch, people that are there for you. They rely on you, and they truly are so enthralled to have content made by you or you and your friends and things like that. And all you want to do is just shell out content, give them what they deserve, because they give you the world and they make you smile more than anything else could in that moment. And I've truly learned through not only you guys but through my own ventures that it's okay to say, hey, I need time for me. And that, I think, in anything, in any realm of profession that you do, with any hobbies that you do, with anything that you love, it's okay to say, they will be there. It's okay to take a day for me, or it's okay to give myself time. And I don't think a lot of us, especially in Western culture here, I don't think we do that enough to say, right, I need a break.
No.
Yeah. And burnout is super, super terrible, and it can last for a long time, and you don't want to get to that point. Right. And it's okay to say I need a break.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, trust me, there have been times where I've openly just been like, I need a fucking break. Like, it just is. Yeah. I'm tired of doing it. Whatever the case may be, there's a lot going on schedule wise. But yeah, you definitely got to take that time. You got to be able to recoup mentally. And get back into the game when you're comfortable, and essentially, you know what, the big thing is that you got to have fun with it. We're not here. We didn't start this to not have fun. You don't start a podcast or streaming or doing what you love because you want to end up hating it at the end of the day. You want to continuously have fun with it, and you want to share that fun with your friends and people listening or watching or whatever it is that you put out there. You're doing that because you're saying, I'm having a good time and I want other people to have a good time with me. And and I think that through all the episodes from 1 to 100 to now, I think we've all managed to do that. Is we've all managed to have a lot of fun on the show, and I'm super excited to go ahead and continue having fun on the show. And I need to thank all the listeners, anybody that's watching this now, you guys, each one of you, for being part of the team, to all the special guests that we've had on, not even just the ones that contributed videos, but to all the other ones that we've had on and help provide that good time and provide us with fun. Without all these pieces coming together, we wouldn't be here. And I expect to continue forward, and for us to continue forward. And as long as those pieces are there, we're going to keep bringing you guys more and more. And as you can already see, and you've been watching, we plan on doing more and going bigger and just moving forward. So an awesome question by our friends over at the Fake Professionals podcast. And then any advice that we've said to not just go to you guys, but to anybody out there, that this is it's a lot to handle, but you want to have fun with it at the end of the day. So you just continuously do your best. Don't worry about taking time for yourself. Get a team behind you that works, and when the pieces fit, you'll know. And I've told this to John, to Jordan, and to everybody. When it's right, and when it works, and you just got to run with it and just do what you can with it to keep having fun. So, all right, guys, that is all of the submitted questions that we had today. Before we get into everyone's been great questions.
Hell yeah.
Before we get into some of our own and then wrap up the show, we do have one more video submission with some kind words from our good friend Angelina, who was on because she works with Exato Game Studio, and she of course worked on Elo Hell, or Elo Hell, I believe. Elo Hell, and she had a little something to say for us here on the show. So let's take a look at that, and we'll be back with a few more questions.
Thanks so much for having me on the podcast. It was a really fun time. Congrats on 100 episodes. I don't know how many it's been, but congrats on an amazing year. It's been so much fun. It's honestly like one of the highlights of my year. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
All right. Well, that was a quick little video from Angelina. Thank you so much for providing that to us at the show, and thank you for being a special guest on it. We hope everything with Exato is doing fantastic, and that the game is coming along and doing well. All right, guys, so here it is. The final line is the party up host-to-host segment of the show.
Hell yeah.
So I went ahead and said, you know what, besides the submitted questions, why don't we all come up with one on our own and ask the general group? And now we had no prior knowledge of what any of these questions were, so I'm very excited to hear what everybody has. I'm going to go ahead and go first, not just because, of course, I'm the main guy, but because I couldn't honestly think of like a super creative, like I looked at the list that got submitted and I was like, damn, a lot of these are really, really good, and I had trouble coming up with something super creative, but I did manage to bring one to the table, so we'll see how it goes. So I have to ask you guys, listen, like, as much anime and movies and pop culture that we cover, a big link between all of us and our audience is video games. And video games are always fun, but they're more fun when the main character has power-ups. So my question to you guys is, out of your gaming history, if you could have the ability to access one power-up from your favorite game, what power-up would that be? What would be able to take you to the next level?
Wow, that's a good question.
I already know.
Then you answer, because I don't.
Jordan's got it. He's got it ready, baby.
As I mentioned earlier, made me the gamer, quote unquote, I am today, and also generally just my favorite game series of all time, Devil May Cry. I would like a devil trigger. If you don't know, that is when you tap into your demonic blood heritage and you become a monster with amazing powers, but also in a very stylistic kind of manner. Like, there's class to it. So, like, you get a lot of powers and abilities and shit like that, but you can also, like, sip on some wine and you'll still look cool, you know? So, are you guys slowly realizing what I care about most in life is just looking really cool no matter what I'm doing?
All right. Okay.
I get you.
That's good. That's good. Juan, power up. What do you got?
Telekinesis.
What is it?
What did you say?
Telekinesis.
Okay. All right.
Just being able to move things with your mind, anything at all, is just such a helpful thing, even in every day-to-day life.
That would be sick.
All right. So
not just for like selfish purposes, even for like work. Imagine just being able to move things.
We'll say
your job without having to be physical.
Yeah, we'll say that came from BioShock, because BioShock had that telekinesis.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. That's fair enough. Katie, what do you got brewing up in that brain of yours?
So, for anyone that knows me, I'm a really big Mass Effect fan. And I would love, I have my own Omni tool already, so it doesn't matter. But I want to be able to have the power-up shockwave. So, for Mass Effect 2, right? So when you go and people are just annoying the shit out of you, I can just be like, all right, goodbye, and then they just fly back. So it's like, social distance, bitch. Live my life in peace, and not be bothered.
That's amazing.
But yeah, any power-ups for Mass Effect, I would love. Any biotic powers.
That's sick.
All right, cool. Mr. Video Game Professional, what about you, John?
This is tough for me because this is one of those, like, I'm running through in my mind some really crazy powers or whatever. But if I had to pick one, fuck, man, this is hard because there's so many good ones. Shit. Let's see. Honestly, I think just for shits and giggles, I'd probably take the Cuphead, pew pew out of my finger gun. Kind of a.
So you'd have real finger guns.
Yeah, but they would only be little energy things to annoy people. So it would just be get the fuck out of my face, and you just kind of shoot them with these little pellets.
So ping pong balls would just shoot out of your fingers,
Yeah, with that, with a little bit of force, so they kind of hurt. But they're not enough to really kill anybody.
I love it.
Out of all the power-ups, this guy goes finger guns.
Yeah, well, pew, really showing off. I think either that or the Witcher exploding shield. So if anyone touches you, it just kind of pushes them back in a little explodey type of thing.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
One of those two would probably be, just because they're stupid and fun. And they don't necessarily really hurt anyone.
Right.
But it's all right, don't touch me if I don't want to be touched. Right. And if you're going to touch me, it's going to fucking force you back with a nice little explosion. Or you're getting on my nerves.
Gotcha.
Pew.
Okay. All right. Very cool. Well, I got to answer my own question here.
Sure, yeah.
And, of course, me being me, I would pick this. I would be like Kirby and be able to consume things and then become said thing.
Oh,
that would be imagine I'm in an emergency situation or something like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm at a hospital or something, and I can eat a doctor whole and then become a doctor. Or
but that just takes away the doctor.
Why doesn't the doctor just help?
Well, I don't know.
Well, maybe the doctor fell down and he can't, do what he has to do.
Yeah,
so
I
he
don't
can-
know, but even weird shit like that. Like I was playing like hide and go seek. Like I would eat a leaf and I'd be like a bush, and then what I'm saying. Like it's multi-level type of power up. Just having the ability to consume and become. Yeah.
Scheme of superpowers.
I definitely have a question then. So, what would Derek gain if he ate all of us? Okay, so you'd be depressed if you ate me. What would everybody else?
Definitely got anxiety for me.
Right. Well, then you'd have double depression and anxiety if you ate me and those two at the same time.
Well, I mean, this is exactly what would happen if I were to consume all of you. Okay.
I want to become a sad boy. I guess I'll just be
I would look like Katie with John's beard. I'd be black like Jordan, and I'd be a nihilist like Juan. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much exactly what would happen. Exactly what would happen.
Wow.
Exactly.
Our fusion sucks.
That'd be a sexy human being.
Yeah.
Yes, I finally have a beard.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I love that the only power that comes from me is the beard, by the way.
Right.
Your icon.
Right.
Yeah.
It's on your chair, for Christ's sake.
I gave you the N-word pass.
Now the people can see it.
I think we should talk about that.
Wait, what did you just say?
I gave you the power of having an N-word pass.
God.
Amazing. Fantastic.
Before you eat him, you have to have that conversation.
Right, yeah, right?
He's got to make it known I'm allowing this to happen.
Oh my God.
N-word and white privilege from Katie? He's unstoppable.
He's the next president.
Yeah. It takes over.
Yeah, so
super hot chick who's black and has a beard and doesn't care about anything, and everyone's gonna die. This is I'm voting. I'm voting.
That's fantastic.
Sign me up, guys.
Yeah.
We need
Sign
fan
me
art.
up. Oh man! Oh Christ!
Lord.
All right.
Okay. Hey. Good question.
Oh man! All right. Let's go down the line here. Juan, I'm very interested in hearing your question, my man. What do you got for us?
Mine's actually not that crazy. It mainly has to do with what I've been going through recently, and it's game burnout and being in a slump. What do you guys do when you're in that position where every game you play it just sucks? It's a great game. You love it, obviously.
Yeah.
You don't truly love a game until you hate it.
Sure.
But everything you play is just you play it for 5 or 10 minutes and you're just fuck this, I'm done. And then you just can't think of any other game to play.
Side note, same thing applies to kids, Juan.
Can't just put them down,
Listen, I'm gonna instantly answer this with the only thing I know I do is spend more money and buy more games and make that backlog even bigger.
Yeah, right.
If nothing's hitting right for me and I'm just tired of what I got, man, I'll just be there's got to be something else, and that's what I'll do. I'll ditch a game, and especially if I'm already pissed off at the game and I'm just stuck, I'll be fuck it. Then I'll just go get something completely different. And it may not even be a game that I would be interested in initially. It'd just be fuck it, I'm just gonna get a random title and just play something completely different.
Yeah.
And then it either gets me back in the groove of playing games and be yeah, fuck yeah, let's go, or I end up hating that specific title so much that I end up reminiscing. I go back, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's like the story of me and my ex-girlfriends. No, but seriously, no, that. Yeah, I mean, I like to, if I get stuck on something or I'm just fucking hating what I'm playing, I try to, get something new, whether it's a small title or something I may not have ever looked at in the past. I kind of browse through and go, you know what, I'll throw, $10 to this indie game or, $20 to this game or whatever, or this free to play just came out, and just give something else a roll of the dice, So
yeah.
Got you. I genuinely, I mean, I have I'm very right-brained, so I'm always doing some sort of project, whether it's cosplay, whether I'm painting, whether I'm creating something else, like some sort of art. Like if I've got video game burnout, I have that to turn to. But a lot of the times before I really started to get into those things, I kind of just would sit there and I would, because I'm a very like outdoorsy person, I would just go outside and I would just go take a walk, have a conversation with myself, and I would just figure out what was going on. Because usually with me, if I'm having a video game burnout, it's either A, I've put like 300 hours into it and I should probably take a break, or two, I genuinely just am apathetic to a lot of the things that I enjoy and I need to get to the bottom of that, and that's what I end up doing.
Okay,
that's a good one too.
Sick.
What about you, Jordan?
Well, honestly, it's the same thing as how you get burned out in life. So I'll flip-flop. If there's a lot going on in life and I'm very overwhelmed, I will turn to video games and play like through a few levels and kind of devote myself to that just to feel like some sort of accomplishment thing. If a game really does burn me out, then not in the stressful, anxiety-ridden parts of life, but I will go back to life and be like, oh, all of my games right now are not really entertaining me so much. Let me go, work out. Let me go hit somebody up. I'm very extrovert, so before quarantine and everything, usually game burnouts, I would just hit up a couple of people and like go out as a group or try to meet other people or whatever, like things like that. So it's very the opposite of how a lot of people will treat life, and just like the way you can take a break from life, you can take a break from the things that you use to take a break from life. So.
All right. I think for me, I might be the only one that sticks in the burnout, like as a video game person. Like, so like so I have two examples. So like, yeah, like you could go outside and you can do other, creative things or whatever. But for me as a gamer, like where my whole life literally is the gaming industry, like when I have burnout, I either go to a game that will never burn me out. Like a game that I know, like I'll play every time. I will play Castlevania Symphony of the Night if none of my new games are doing it for me. Same with Skyrim. Those two games are always my fallback games if I'm not feeling all the new games that I've been playing. Right? Like those are like I have game burnout, but those two games will always be there for me to just like reconnect with the thing that I love the most. The second thing is like what Derek said. Like I'll just go buy maybe like an indie game that I've been meaning to play, or something that was on my wish list that I was like, you know what? None of the games that I have right now are doing it for me. I have a little bit of extra cash. Let me go and maybe finally invest in the game that I really did want to play, and then hopefully either like Derek said, I'll hate it, or I'll love it so much, like or whatever, and it's like now I have a new game to play. Like this is great. That's really like if I have the game burnout, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, like you could stop and go and like, watch like a new anime or a new show or something that can kind of distract you. You can hang out with friends, you can go outside. All of those are great things, but if you're in the mood and you have the time and you really want a game and nothing's speaking to you, either find that game that got you there, that like one of your favorites, or try something maybe a little new. It's just sometimes you got to spend money to get back into the groove. That's me anyway.
All right. Well, hopefully that helps your burnout situation there, Juan. All right. Katie, what do you got for us?
What's your question?
All right. So, because this is something that I always dreamed of as a kid, what animal companion would you choose to have follow you around in your journey through life?
An otter. Done.
An otter. Done. Next slide.
Real?
Does it have to be real? Oh, that's a good follow-up.
Oh, that's a good question.
It doesn't have to be real. It could be anything.
I want to change my answer then.
An otter with wings.
Otter with wings. Otter with a unicorn horn.
That'd be cute.
All right, an otter with wings would actually really be cute.
Yeah. Oh my god.
A companion that would follow you around, like you're living in the MMO now, right? And you have a pet that
Essentially,
follows
yeah,
you
yeah.
around. Okay, all right.
And it's
Oh, can it speak? That's a good question.
Ooh. I guess it really depends on what powers the game universe that you're in. Like, what is the theme of the game?
Right.
Yeah.
And since
So-
animals usually don't talk as a pet,
Uh-huh.
they're very few. All right, I'm gonna say the animal doesn't talk. Man.
Dragon.
Ooh, that was a good one, Jordan.
All right.
I would like a medium, not even like a big fuck off dragon. You know what? No, I want a dragon that grows as I do. So by the time I'm like 80, my dragon's like a full. We've been through some shit together.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Love it.
Okay. All right.
You know, I'm gonna stick to my answer. I'm gonna say a platypus.
Right?
A platypus.
A secret agent platypus?
Just like wobbling along next to you.
That's good. Damn. A companion.
I'm sticking with the otter, but I'm giving it wings. Yeah.
Totally fine.
Little flying otter that kind of wraps around my neck sometimes and hangs out. We go swimming together. Yeah, no, 100%.
You know, I'm not
The whole
gonna-
hands while we
Spread
sleep.
your arm and it comes out of your sleeve.
Yeah, like, oh, yeah. I'm keeping the otter with wings. That's it. That's
All
it.
right. I'm not gonna get too mystical with it. I'm not gonna get too mystical with it, but I think I'm gonna stick with a monkey. I think I would have
Okay.
like, you know what I'm saying, like a little dude,
Little shoulder monkeys.
little shoulder monkey,
Little pirate monkeys.
yeah, pirate monkey, exactly. That's it.
There you
Yeah.
go.
So he'd have like a little knife that he can fend off people with.
Little swashbuckling.
Oh, pirate monkey.
Yeah.
Like, have you met macaque?
Oh my god. I love this answer.
Oh,
Um,
man.
If I already answer my own question,
Mhm.
I'm gonna give one joke answer and one serious answer.
Okay.
So my joke answer is gonna be a throwback, and it's gonna be a humanoid slow loris. and then my serious answer would just be a normal slow loris.
Perfect. Perfect.
Hey,
Oh,
my answer.
man.
My companion's gonna be the death snail.
That's yeah.
The killer snail.
He wouldn't kill you because he's your companion. There you go.
Yeah.
I
I
win
love
the
it.
game.
There you go. You beat life.
Okay.
You beat life.
Oh
fucking
man,
funny.
that's good. All right,
That was
cool.
a good question.
Jordan, what do you got for us, man?
Okay, so in keeping with the in the realm of popular culture and everything like that, my question to you now is: any character, you can pick any character from anything, movie, television show, game, book, any character that you hate how this character is written, how their character is, under any circumstances of how you hate them, mostly like how they're written, but like whatever. Who is that character, and why do you hate them so much?
Ooh, most hated character.
Yes, it could be from anything.
Oh, I'm gonna say Mineta from BNHA because he's a little fucking shit, and I feel like they can do so much with his character, but he's literally just a little sleaze bag, and it makes me
That is
fuck
a-
off. And it makes me every time I see a Mineta cosplayer, I automatically hate them, even though I don't know them, and I know that they are not their character, but I still hate them.
Yeah.
That is a
That's a really.
that is what I was looking for.
I feel
a really good
like I feel like you hate not just that character, but the fact that there are people in your inbox currently that are that character.
Derek got to the root of it.
I think that's really.
At
that's
least
it.
they paid me for National Girlfriend Day. Okay?
There you
Good
go.
point.
Make that money,
point.
honey.
Good point.
No, that's a good answer. Yeah, I can definitely
This
see
is
that.
tough. All right, I'm going to answer because I immediately had a gut reaction, and I don't hate this character, but I also just hate the way they were written, and so when they come up on screen, I fucking know that there was a way better way to do it, and they fucked it up. And my answer is Anakin Skywalker. I hate the way Anakin Skywalker was written, and I know that there is a better way to do it, and all of the nerds in the entire universe have done it themselves. Every single person has written Anakin a better way than fucking George Lucas did. And the fact that people are like, oh, I can't wait till George Lucas does another Disney Star Wars thing. Fuck you. Remember Anakin.
Remember
Anakin.
Hashtag remember Anakin.
Oh my. Oh my.
Listen, I'm not too far off with John when it comes to where our character is based out of, because mine is also in the Star Wars universe, and it's pretty much I'm not alone in picking this character, and you probably already can guess that it's going to be fucking Jar Jar Binks.
There it is.
Yeah. I fucking hate. He is the worst fucking thing to ever be scripted into a movie, conceptualized, CGI'd, created, fathomed. He is the worst fucking character I've ever seen on the big screen. Ever.
You deserved a Sith Jar Jar, okay?
He is the Sith Lord.
He is. Yeah. He is the true Sith.
Man, and honestly, like, writing him into a Sith Lord is probably the best thing that the fans could have ever thought of. Like, George fucked that up. Another character that he just fucked up.
Oh, man. Yeah. Fuck Jar Jar Binks.
Yes.
Jesus.
Juan?
What do you got, bud?
I actually had to look him up because I couldn't remember his name. So I don't know if you guys ever played Final Fantasy IX.
Yes.
Quina. In case you can't remember.
Yeah, I need like a refresher.
This fucking thing.
Fuck that thing! Juan wins.
The most useless character in any Final Fantasy game ever. And I'm pretty sure I've played all of them.
Also, like, the creepiest of main characters too. Like, why? Yeah. Why are they there?
For what reason?
I never understood. Like, out of all the different Final Fantasy games and all the different types of characters that you can unlock and whatever,
and play.
Why Quina? He's useless.
Queen.
He's a cook, but he doesn't actually cook.
Yeah. Yeah. He's just got that giant spork.
And he's like the one stain on what could have possibly been a fantastic game. Final Fantasy IX.
Damn.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
It's funny because I feel like everything that we go through, like, we could literally keep doing this all night. Like, there is always some character or something. This is a good question, Jordan, because, like, my mind is racing. Like, terrible character.
John, you also hate a multitude of things, so it's very easy for you to pick.
That's true. Yeah, like, I could do this all night.
Yeah,
I'm in my element now. Things you hate, bring it on.
In answering my own question,
yeah,
I have two, and I feel bad about my number one because she's from something that is not. I took it outside the realm of like nerdy stuff. You guys mentioned games and Star Wars and stuff. This is a person who's on like a drama TV show, and like,
really,
I hope to God any of you are even a little bit familiar. Okay, first of all, is anyone familiar with Grey's Anatomy?
I've never watched it.
I know of it. I've never watched it.
Yeah, sorry, dude.
Son of a bitch. That sucks. Well, my second one will save it. But anyway, the main woman in that show, Meredith Grey, I hate her. I think she's the worst written person that's ever been written in anything ever created. She's a walking contradiction. The things she's done in this show, including breaking the law multiple times and not seeing that there's ever a problem with it, and then later on getting mad at characters for doing the same thing in like a season later, and stopping her husband for working for the president of the United States. She's horrible, but none of you know her, so really can't go off like that.
That's okay.
Fucking white
the other character that I hate is a tie between two of the same people for two of the same reasons in the same show.
What?
And that is Beth and Jerry from fucking Rick and Morty.
Oh, okay.
They are just so... I don't like people who... I don't like characters who are written to justify their actions no matter what. And I feel like that the type of person in Rick and Morty that Beth is just like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm just as horrible and crazy as my father, but I'll still get mad at my father for being horrible and crazy. And I'm just like, bitch, you're no better. What are you talking about right now?
Right, but that's the reason for that character. Like, that's...
Son, I get it.
I know.
Don't you dare defend her.
I'm not defending Beth. Beth is a terrible person.
And then Jerry is probably one of the biggest losers that's ever been written in any show, to the point of where it's like hilariously bad.
Yeah.
But it's like cringe. To me, it's like cringe. I know it's meant to be funny, but it's like cringingly bad. Like, oh.
He's a cringy idiot. Yeah, it's really bad. Actually, I want to tack on, and this is... I hate that I watched this show, but True Blood, when it was out, I loved True Blood. But Anna Paquin as Suki, and I don't mind Anna Paquin, but Anna Paquin as Suki is fucking the worst fucking character, and she's the main person, and all the characters around her are fucking great, but she sucks. And first of all, fuck off, because the only Suki is from Gilmore Girls. So.
Oh my god. All right. Well,
anyway.
Good question. Ending that question on such a hateful note, let's continue with that vibe. And John, what is your question to finalize the host-to-host segment?
First off, I just want to say that this took me a little bit, and at first I was just going to cheat and like go on like Yahoo Answers and find the shittiest question I could find, which I did find, which was, how can I lose weight without moving? Like, I don't like to move, and I'm allergic to the sun. So this person wanted advice on how they can lose weight without moving, and I thought that was really funny. But I didn't choose that. So I thought of something that was kind of funny. Okay, so what animal, and I know, going back to animals, what animal would you say closely resembles your eating style? And I'll give you extra points if you imitate that animal. There's no points involved.
I like how you're just like, and I'll give you extra points. Like, we've been keeping score this whole fucking
time. Like, we're
time.
keeping score. Yeah. I love how Katie left that question.
She's definitely going to pull some type of weird costume out, and I'm very excited for it.
I'm not pulling anything out. I genuinely am just so like, of course this question would be asked because I eat so much fucking food. Like I will not eat for like 12 hours. But I would not eat for 12 hours, and then all of a sudden I'll turn into like this gremlin that just like comes out of the woodwork that's just like, give me food. So I'm like, I don't know an animal. I just only think gremlin. That's it. That is it. That is me. Literally, I come out of the bedroom like, food time. Like, I don't know. I only think in gremlin. So that is my answer.
Okay, gremlin. Gremlin it is.
I just see this going, hey babe, you hungry? And she turns around. And it's just like the Michael Jackson werewolf eyes. And it's like, yes, feed me.
Feed me. All right, it doesn't even have to be an animal. I'll say you can absolutely choose a fantasy thing or a movie character or whatever. I don't care.
Well, it's either that or it's either from the Little Shop of Horrors. Feed me, Seymour.
Me, Seymour? Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
An animal that best represents my eating habit. I mean, Raccoon.
Give you a little
Hands.
little hands.
Just
Like
just the fact
just-
that they
just constant.
just rifling through the garbage, just fucking eating, and then tucking and then grabbing my own feet, tucking myself into my belly and rolling away. That's and then just fucking on to the next. Yeah, I'd say that.
Okay.
Raccoon, also known as Trash Panda.
The trash can.
Trash Panda, yes.
Juan?
I don't even know what kind of animal, because like I eat a lot, but like the way I eat is kind of like what is that shit called? Like intermittent fasting.
Yeah, I do the same thing.
All right.
Like I eat a lot, and then I won't eat for hours, and then I eat a lot, and then that's it. Like I have big breakfast, then I don't eat till like 3 or 4, and then I have huge lunch, and then I won't eat, except maybe like a small snack or something till the next day.
So like a brown bear, like you're fishing shit out of the river and then just eating it for hours.
Yeah, basically.
And then won't eat for days.
Yeah.
Okay.
Essentially.
All right. Jordan?
My answer is kind of similar to Katie's because like I'm having such a rough time coming up with the animal that all I could come up with was a being like a character, and that's fucking Kirby. Like I'm not even kidding when I tell you
Wind just pulling in everything from the fridge.
Jordan's mouth opens and vacuum sounds just come out of it.
If I have to pick an animal, I'll say like something out of the animal kingdom, like lion or something, and that is only because I'm a huge meat eater. You could put like pounds of steak in front of me, and I won't even be hungry. I just have to eat it out of like, this is what I do. Like,
so we'll say like Luffy from One Piece, just piles of meat in front of you, and just housing it down, just eating it
lover
until you're just like your circle.
I'm just circular.
I guess if I was gonna pick an animal, I'd probably say a panda, because I eat like throughout the day, but it always just feels like a snack. Like, you know what I mean? I'm just like munching on something. Like, give me pretzel rods all day, and I'll eat them. You know what I mean? Like, give me like a bag of Doritos, and I'll eat it. You know what I mean? Like, just constantly snacking. Like, I would rather have snacks all day than fucking eat a real meal. Like, that's the way I am. Even though I do eat real meals, I would still rather just like. I'd rather, like even recently, I've been, instead of like actual chicken nuggets, I'll eat like vegan nuggets or whatever. But like nuggets is a snack food. It's not a meal. Like, but I'll eat it as a meal. You know what I mean? Like, that's the way I am. Like, just snack food. Just give me snack food. That's why I feel like I eat like a panda all day long.
Just every appetizer menu possible, just chicken fingers.
Yeah, like when I go out, I'd rather look at the appetizers than the actual meals. Right. Like, that's the way. I get Chinese food, like a ton of egg rolls. Just egg rolls.
After the Applebee's,
Yeah, exactly. Like, I used to work there, it was always finger foods. Like, I never.
$40 meal? No, $40 worth of appetizers.
Yeah,
yes.
That's like 2 days worth of food.
Yeah, exactly. That's big brain moves right there. I'm a snack food person.
Okay, well, that's it, guys.
That's it. That's the show.
That's it. We've ended on a high note, comparing ourselves to filthy animals that eat like trash.
Yeah. So don't ever feel bad the way you eat ever.
Yeah.
Because we're right there with you.
Yeah. No worries on that end. But all right, guys. That is it.
100 episodes, dude!
That is 100 episodes. That has been 100
episodes. Star Wars!
Yeah. Now hold on.
Bring all the jokes back. Bring all the jokes back.
The real question that we failed to ask is if the devil went down to Georgia. The only time I'm bringing that back is for the 100th.
That a lot, so we're good. I'm out. I'm fresh out of that.
Done. We're donezo. Guys, seriously, like, just to give a perspective here. So this show has been near 4 hours long. We have been sitting here for close to 5, maybe over, with setup and everything. You guys have spent the entire fucking day with me making this 100th episode possible, and I want to thank you guys wholeheartedly for that. And not just for sitting with me here today, but all the times that you guys have sat here with me and made the show possible. Thank you so much, each one of you. And especially a huge thank you to every single person that has listened from either 1 to 100 or somewhere in between. Anybody that's currently watching this, thank you so much. If you stuck around for 4 hours, like, I don't even know. Yeah, like, I don't even know what to say. Like, that's amazing. Like, we appreciate every single one of you out there that have given us your time, whether it was an hour, 2 hours, and even now close to 4. Listen, it really does mean a lot. The main reasons, like I've stated before, that this show has gone this far is because of the wonderful team that I've had behind me the whole time that have helped make Party Up what it is, and will continue to have it grow. And you guys out there, the listeners, the watchers, the consumers of the content that we provide. I don't even know what else to say. It's been 100 episodes. Here's to fucking 100 more, 1,000 more. We'll see where this wild ride continues to take us. But yeah, stay, in the loop. Make sure you guys are part of our social media stuff. Instagram is at the Party Up Podcast. You can find us on Facebook by searching at Party Up Podcast, and of course you can find us on Twitter at Party Up Tweets. That's where you're going to get the full information of whatever is happening show-wise, any new ideas that we might be bringing together to present to you guys. So add us on all of that stuff, and just continue to support just simply by watching or listening. That takes us a long way. And yeah, I mean, as far as everybody else that's involved in the show, Juan, how can people find you? Are you going to be streaming anytime soon? What's going on with you, man?
I'm trying to get everything ready. I mean, I have my whole setup, but it's just a few odds and ends I got to get together. But basically, anywhere: Twitch, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. You can find me at Another Juan Dead.
Awesome. Fantastic. Katie, you've been dishing out content for a long time. What are you currently doing, and how can people find you?
Currently, I'm just trying to stay low and not die. But once Gaming Access comes back with streaming, I want to hop on that. But for now, you can follow me on Instagram at KatZorah, KATZORAH, and on Twitter at Gonna Shock Them, all one word.
Awesome. Fantastic. Jordan, you've been a fantastic add-on to the show, and we know prior to us you were doing your own thing on the YouTubes. How can people find you and all of your content creations?
I am Jordan7 on the Instagram. That is SE7EN. And then 7TV official as far as that Instagram. So there's 2 Instagrams. So hit me up on either one. I love conversation. If you go to YouTube and type in 7TV, I am one of the first search results that pops up. I'm getting up there. I just released a video again this week, so please check that out. And arrest the cops who killed Breonna Taylor.
Hell yeah.
There we go. Amen.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
There we go. And last but absolutely not least, my bearded buddy, Mr. John Donadio. How can people stay in the loop with everything that you're currently up to?
All right, let's run the gamut here. We have gamingaccessweekly.com for news, reviews, editorials on your favorite video games. You can also hit me up on Twitter and Instagram at somebeardy2love. That's the number 2. That's not spelled out. I'll be returning to Twitch soon, I think. That's going to be twitch.tv/sb2l. And now that you've actually seen the beard, for some of you new viewers, you can go to fablebeardco.com and get some really cool stuff for your beard. And if you use coupon code SB2L15, you'll get 15% off your whole order.
Awesome. Fantastic, guys. So that is going to be it for us today. The 100th episode of the Party Up podcast is in the books. Again, a huge thank you to all you guys for joining me today. I love you guys. It would not be possible without you. And to the listeners out there, keep on doing what you're doing. Keep on supporting. Check us out on social media. There is going to be a lot of new stuff coming your way, and we are so excited to be bringing that to you. So definitely keep your eyes open, keep your ears open, and like I said, here's to 100 more, ladies and gents. Thanks so much for tuning in. I've been your host, Eric Big Mosh. That's it. We'll see you guys. We'll see you guys on a new one. Take care, everybody.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye.